Here at the PNC Championship, Tiger Woods and his 12-year-old son Charlie Woods knew they had to make a big run in this two-day scramble format PNC Championship if they were going to give the leaders something to think about. They began the day 3 back. Couldn't have been a better start. They birdied the first 2 holes, and then Dad taking over here with his second at the par 5 third, setting up an eagle opportunity after those birdies at 1 and 2. The order has been like this. Charlie steps in. Dad takes over if needed. Well, Charlie goes in all the way. Picks up the mark, tosses it back to Dad, and they started 4 under in the first 3 holes. They picked up a par at the 4th to stay at 14 under to continue to put the chase on the Dailies and the Cinks.
Right.
What a shot by John Daly II from the fairway bunker.
Get down. Great
At
shot,
the
John.
par 5 third, setting up an eagle opportunity for him. Their order has been Dad first, then the son going second if need be. John didn't putt particularly well yesterday, but he is on a little bit of a roll today. Converts the eagle, which gave them the lead at 16 under. And now we're with the Woods at the 5th. And about 15 feet short. Charlie left it, and so now Tiger trying to improve on this. Maybe just a little.
Well, yeah, they had a putt from the front of the green yesterday. I'm surprised they tried to take it up top. And maybe they could have taken it down a little lower and run it back, but got a bit of a challenge now to make birdie here at the par 5 5th.
Dressed in the red and black, as Tiger has done so many times in his career, closing the deal. And if you're with us on our live streaming on Peacock, you got the sense that Tiger, this was game day, this was Sunday. He's a little bit more engaged with Charlie. He did grimace on one of his shots earlier today, Peter, but by all intents and purposes, he seems like he's ready to give this chance a W today.
Yeah, he walked off the 3rd green and he looked up at the leaderboard and he was in first place. But the one concern I had going in when he had that second shot there at 5, I just don't want to see him try too hard to hit something that is crazy right now. He's still in rehab. We all know he's being very realistic about his preparation. He's here because he's playing with his son Charlie. But just don't reach and try to hit it too hard.
All right, we were on Peacock. We've got Gary Koch here on Golf Channel along with Roger Maltby and Nota Begay, who's with the Woods group, and the Kuchers, and Steve Sands handling the interviews when the teams make their way off. And back over at the 5th here, we've got an eagle attempt here for the Kuchers, a long one.
Well, they're going to have to dial in from long range here, guys. This is a good maybe 90 to 100 feet out. But Cameron Kuchar's made a couple nice long putts already today at the 1st and the 3rd, so he's probably one of the strengths of his game is his putting game.
Is well judged. This starts to pick up speed coming down that hill.
Yeah, not a bad effort.
Yeah, not bad.
You know, with a putter as gifted as Matt is, you know, your job as the first one is just to try and give him a good look at what the line is doing. So now Kuch knows it's just a little bit more maybe left to right than what they both agreed upon initially.
Interesting. Cameron goes with that arm lock on the left side, but it was about a year ago. Matt switched to the arm lock on the right forearm, which I've never seen before, but I was talking with him on the range this morning and he said that he's really comfortable with it. He's got no loft on the putter.
Yeah, I would think the loft issue, obviously his equipment manufacturer's done a good job of fitting it. That would be the hardest thing to adjust because you're going from taking loft off to adding a ton of loft.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that and make sure everybody sees that he's got that arm lock, that shaft up the right forearm.
Well, it's a little early in the round, but this is a big putt for Team Woods here. You really have to birdie the par 5s if you're going to contend.
Yeah, they got off to such a hot start, and they've got the momentum. They missed that putt back at 4, but this would be huge.
Another one nearly fell for Charlie. Oh, that was done with authority. But Dad will back him up. Another chance.
He's carrying a bunch of speed, boy. That took a deep dive down into that cup.
Yeah, he's had a handful of near misses like that the last couple of days. Good putts, just, you know, for the putt to do that, it's just a fraction offline. This is the part of Tiger's game he's been able to practice the most over the last few months.
And so the Woods going to settle for par. Let's go to 4.
And the Dailies will be playing from over the back of the green here at the par 3. John the second hit a very poor tee shot, came up well short of the green. So, Raj, are they going to putt from back here?
Yeah, and the problem, if you would call it a problem, they have to come up a pretty steep little embankment on the way to the green. Then it levels out as far as speed's concerned. I would say not one they're likely to make, but you never know.
They certainly had the line figured out. Head at 5.
For birdie.
Yeah, there's the arm lock, that little mini arm lock on the left side.
And Cameron Kuchar comes through with a nice putt. And the Kuchars move it to 14 under.
Yeah, last week Cameron and Matt were down at the QBE shootout working with their coach Chris O'Connell.
And back here at 4, John Daly II will putt second, as he has done throughout this competition, Roger. So obviously they feel that he's the better putter of the two.
You would think, and so far he's proven that. He's
Especially
batted clean up
yesterday.
pretty well. Yeah. Give him the line, and he seems to give it a good roll every time, or most every time.
Go.
That bobble coming up.
Yeah, got stuck in the fringe. So that'll be a par for the Dailies at the 4th. And we're going to move ahead to the 5th.
Like hold a little bit like the middle of the bush and just kind of let the wind bring it. Yeah.
Well, Justin trying to pick up the team again. His dad, Mike, just hit it in the water with his second shot. So Justin, so many times yesterday, bailing dad out, faced with that same prospect right here.
Well, this shot calls for a slight draw, but with Mike in the water, I think we're probably going to see a high cut just to work the ball away from the water.
Come on.
What a shot.
Yeah, that should be an easy up and down and a chance to hole it out. Who knows? Back to Tiger at the 6th. 422 yards on this par 4.
Little tighter fairway here. There's a fairway bunker down that left side that is in play. No worry now. It's perfect.
Back to 4.
And the birdie putt for the Cinks here. Reagan first. It's just earlier. Carrying a lot of speed. Catches the hole, but just
That was
not
still
quite.
braking sound, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Even though it was motor.
Yeah, his reaction, he knew it had a chance. Interesting comments from Reagan. He said, I really want to win this thing. You know, Dad won with my brother, and I beat him every time I play, and we play. And I'm just hoping he's not putting too much pressure on himself as Reagan. But when your dad putts like that,
But
it is not a problem.
Nope, that helps.
Are you saying there's some sibling rivalry there, Gary?
It sounds like it, Peter. Yes, indeed. And Cinks move it to 16 under, and now tied atop with the Dailies.
It was still going right the whole way.
Back at 6.
And Cameron Kuchar. And there goes the hat. It's about 50% of the
The
time.
hat came off in the drive if you want it.
And that one racing down left in not a good spot. Well, it's a lot of hair to try to keep a hat on. He's generating more and more club head speed as well. Now Charlie 365 from his tees.
Boy, there's that little cut. Perfect. Quick bend to get the tee. Let's move on.
It's so rare to see a 12-year-old hit a fade like that. Most of them looking for more distance, looking for the draw that can give them out there a little bit more. But young Charlie, well beyond his years in the golf department, that's for sure. The Dailies and the Cinks tied at 16 under in the second and final round of the PNC Championship from Orlando. All active military, retirees, reservists, veterans, and their families receive complimentary grounds admission to the PNC Championship. And through the years, the tournament has hosted golf clinics for local military personnel. With John Daly and LPGA champion Paula Creamer to name a few. This year, PNC is supporting the SEALs Legacy Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing support to families of wounded and fallen United States Navy SEALs. On Saturday afternoon, PNC Regional President Chad Lohr announced a donation of $25,000 during a presentation on the 18th green. He was joined by the foundation's managing director, Commander Mark McGinnis, and other SEAL representatives. And the more this tournament continues to grow, the more it's able to help out all of these charities. Great work by the PNC Championship through the years. Out to the 7th. Little Carl Stenson for birdie.
Yeah, absolutely. And he has putted very nicely in these 2 rounds. They're currently at 14 under. Should go a little to his left. Yeah.
Nice stroke.
Yeah.
Little mini Henrik.
His dad was saying that he has a little bit of the temperament that I have. He gets a little frustrated when he doesn't perform the way he expects. He said the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. At this short par 4, a hole that you certainly expect a birdie in this format. Stay up. No, started a little too far left. Back 1 to 6.
Check in with the Kuchers. Matt here with the second. Noda.
Matt coming in with a short iron from 151. Cameron missed the green just right.
Good there. Good there. Good there. Good there.
I think there's a little breeze up there that didn't quite get picked up on.
Kuchers took a 2-shot lead into the second and final day last year before they faded a bit. And the Thomases shot their 57 on their way to coming from 4 shots back. Charlie Woods settling in from 114. And there's our Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf.
It's a big long green here, Dan. It's over 40 yards from front to back.
And Peter, this is the section of holes, the 6 through 9, where the Woods is scoring really slowed down yesterday. Got off to a nice start and just didn't hit any approach shots. Very in tight through these last few holes.
There's Junior, Ken Griffey Jr. out following Tiger.
An avid golfer himself, still plays on a regular basis. I talked to him earlier today, trying to just get out here, maybe pick up a few things from one of the greats.
Pretty good photographer, too. And he just shot that one. Tiger hole high, lined up for another birdie. And over to Mike Thomas, just off the green for eagle at the 5th.
To avoid the bobble through that fringe that always happens when you're putting from off the green.
Justin looking at that one closely, and will remind you that First Tee is helping kids and teens develop and build their character through the game of golf. Visit firsttee.org to learn more. First Tee developed after Tiger Woods won that 97 Masters by 12 shots. Done a lot of great work since then. Now, Justin.
Yeah, I would think that chipping it from here after his dad got it close. You putt it from off the fringe if you want to get it close, but if you want to give it a chance to go in, you're going to chip it.
Should be a birdie there for the Thomases, though, for 3 in a row and 4 in the first 5. So they should be pushing it to 16 under. Smiling Tiger Woods playing with his son Charlie for the 2nd straight year here. Less than a week away from Christmas. Merry Christmas, season's greetings, Happy New Year to all of you out there watching this 24th PNC Championship. Santa's getting his sleigh ready to go. Or is John Daly going to do the honors this year? Dressed up in a Santa Claus suit at the PNC annual dinner. And wowed everybody. Charlie already missed, and Tiger misses as well for birdie at the 6th. So again, this is kind of a lull in the golf course for Tiger and Charlie. 3 straight pars after that red hot start. Check in with the Cinks.
251 left here for Stewart. This is a 7-wood. Pretty good wind direction as far as getting at this hole, coming a little against it from the right.
Wow, what a shot.
Yeah. The conditions are just right. If you play a good one, you can get in there.
Beautiful shot. Looks like he's going to head into 2022 where he left off the last season with those 2 wins.
We had some rain predicted for sometime this afternoon, but it looks pretty clear right now.
Santa ready over the water.
This from 207.
Ho, ho, ho.
Oh no.
Not happy.
And 6 for JD.
Get the right
He's
one.
got little, excuse me, not Little John anymore. John Daly II.
Right.
And he's grabbed a 6-iron here. All a little above his feet. You know, with the wind direction and all that, again, everything's conducive for working something in there right to left to, you know, hit a good one. It's more than doable to get it somewhere near the hole.
Oh, right there. Come on, ball. Come on, turn. Good shot. Yeah, good shot.
It was a good shot. Dad loved it. We'll have that for eagle. The Cinks lined up for 1 at the 5th as well.
Were you in between the 6 and the 7?
I hit that hard.
Yeah, that was hard 6, right?
We got 3 teams battling here at 16 under. The Dailies trying to move it to 18 under. We've got a couple of eagle putts here at the 5th. Not only the Dailies, but the Cinks from close range. And Roger, what about the Dailies eagle putt?
Yeah, this a little over 20 feet. And there's not a ton of break in it, but the green starts to run away when you get a little bit short of the hole. So I think sneaky quick. If you get too greedy here, you can run it by a good 4 or 5 feet with you if you're not careful. Well, he was careful.
All right, so his son will have a chance at that eagle. Back over at 7.
Tiger actually electing to go ahead and play a tee shot here today. Yesterday in the opening round, they let Charlie hit it. Tiger didn't bother to tee off. Nice smooth swing and yeah, positioned nicely. Right side of the fairway. Back to the 5th.
Where the Dailies have one last crack here to eagle another par 5. They eagled the par 5 third to get to 16 under. This is a chance to jump 2 ahead of everybody.
Well, he doesn't have to worry about pace. Dad's locked up the 4, the birdie. So I think this will be struck a little more firmly. It looked like it moved a little right when John hit it, but again, not a ton of break in this.
So we're going to settle for a birdie and 17 under and back to 7.
Charlie Woods to play, Noda.
Yeah, he's going to try and challenge the corner. Just has enough to cover the very edge of it. Well, not the best thing for him, but it's okay. Pulled it just a bit.
saw it yesterday a couple of times, Peter. Standards are high.
Very high.
I don't know what he's measuring, but they are high.
All right, back at 5.
Cinks here with a huge chance to get to 18 under. Dailies have already tapped in for the birdie to take the lead for the moment, but you got to think that one of them is going to drain this.
Especially when a PGA Tour player gets the line and he knows it. If Reagan misses, he's going to show his dad. And as we've seen time and time again, the Tour player capitalizes.
So Stewart quickly stepping in here. Be back for that in a moment. Meantime, up at 8, Carl Stenson for birdie.
Yeah, this long par 3. This is where the golf course can start to challenge you a bit.
Oh, Carl, just
See a lot of
little
pars through here.
He almost got it. Then back to 5 to get to 18 under. And Stewart Cink with just a great opportunity. He ranked 76th on the PGA Tour last season among those 2 wins. But he was really good from 20 to 25 feet. An approach putting performance where he was tied for 2nd. So he hasn't always been the greatest putter in his career, but he's learned a few things the last few years.
Well, even after watching Reagan's putt, there was still a lot of discussion between the 2 of them about how to play this putt.
Wow, surprising.
I just don't think they were ever sure what it was going to do.
Well, you're right, Dan. When he went to that claw grip, as we see a lot of players, when they change that right-hand putting grip, it changes their whole perspective about their putting.
So the Cinks settle for birdie along with the Dailies. So they are the co-leaders at 17 under. And Stenson trying to follow up Carl's just short putt with one that gets in here. It's got enough pace.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
So a par for the Stensons at the long 8. Well, you can play and save with Tee Off. We're talking no booking fees on every tee time. All that savings will leave you with more money for another round at more than 9,000 courses. Download the app or visit teeoff.com today. Back out to the 7th.
And Matthew Faldo with a putt for birdie. Nice wedge shot in here by Dad Nick. Yeah, good solid stroke for the 32-year-old. Making their 9th appearance in this PNC Championship. Back at 6.
Currently in solo 3rd, the Thomases lurking again. 2nd for Justin. They birdied 4 the first 5. Looking for another one here at 6, which would be 4 in a row.
Interesting green here at 6. There's a flat spot in the front, and it meanders all the way back to the back shelf where the hole was yesterday.
We're back up to 7.
And the Kuchers set to play.
And couldn't have placed it out there better. Beautiful tee shot. Only 82 yards left, Gary. Wind coming straight down.
2 skips. Big skip. Big skip.
Wants it to skip back to this hole location. Hole's cut very deeply into this long, narrow green.
And this is kind of the mid-range sort of professional shot, Gary, that you would expect some of the kids, the younger players to struggle with. Unless you're Nelly Cora, of course, but it just requires, you know, a little time around, knowing how far to take the club back, how fast to rotate through. So you get this shot in a player like Matt Kuchar's hands, and you're in trouble.
Oh, that was chunky. Big
Well, he made me
divot.
look really bad there, didn't he,
Wow.
Gary? I'm gonna have to talk to him about that on the next tee.
I was going to say, Noda, that after all that buildup, that was pretty disappointing. All right, how about Charlie? They're much closer to the green, aren't they?
Yes, 61 yards, just about 20 yards closer. Right in that zone for Charlie where he's really got to put a good move on this and clip it just right to get enough spin on it to stop it.
Well, I'd say he did a really nice job. One hop, Little spin.
Boy, his action on those is like a tour guy. I mean,
Yeah, well, I love how he rotates. He gets the club moving left and then just kind of holds it off.
and just great body rotation as well. I mean, I've watched him hit a handful these last few days, and that's one area I've been really impressed with.
You saying he's got more shots than your typical 12-year-old?
Well, he's probably seen a lot more really well done, kind of like this one.
Whoa. Yeah! All right, so that'll move Team Woods to 15 under with that one. Little tap in. Take another look here. The hands lead the club head into the ball. Body continues to rotate. Club exits to the left.
I think that's the thing, Gary, that most amateur players don't realize is you just have to keep turning. You can't just throw your arms at it.
Well, Tiger was saying, too, I still have the feel. I still have that feeling in my hands. That is the one thing that really he hasn't changed or hasn't lost after the accident. And there was a great example right there, because that is all about touch.
He's going to send Charlie up. Charlie, I'm going to sit here in the car.
Come on, Charlie. Go on up there and tap that in. I don't need to.
Think he can handle this, son?
Yeah, watch this. All right. Dad will be right over here in the shade.
Going to put a mark down there just in case. There we go. Nice, easy birdie.
Another one putt for Charlie.
They move it to 15 under. A couple of the lead.
That was really surprising, Gary, as you mentioned, to see that from Matt, because he is normally just dead on with those short wedges.
Back 1-6.
Thomas is looking for another birdie. Mike to go first. He drained a nice one at the opening hole.
I think he's going to do it again here. I'm just got a feeling.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Jake.
You know what?
You got to give him a ride over to the course board.
Like the legendary band Boston, more than a feeling.
Thought you were this little bit Crenshaw feel to that as well.
Yeah, I got a feeling.
The Thomases are right there. Again, trying to go back to back.
Oh, don't leave me hanging. Dad. Thank you.
Over at the 12. The Furix on this 193-yard par 3 12.
Oh, what a shot. What a shot.
Oh, yeah.
Tough par 3s here, Grand Lakes.
Tanner and Jim Furyk. Tanner's been tagging along with his dad on the PGA Tour. Mom Tabitha, sister Kaylee. Family affair for the Furix. Ryder Cups and a lot of big tournaments and moments through the years. Everybody wants to play in this Major Champions Player Championship winners eligible. Let's take a look at the recent winners. Davis and Drew Love had that record-setting round on their way to victory back in 2018. Then just a couple of years ago, Bernhard and Jason Langer. Bernhard has won this event with 2 different kids. Not participating this year because he's having knee surgery. And then it was Justin and Mike Thomas with that 57 last year that had them coming back from the pack from 4 shots back to tie the biggest final round comeback in the tournament's history. Stuart Cink taking aim here at the 6th. This was just earlier. He has hit some beauties.
Yeah, he's gained so much distance with stretching and flexibility.
This was John Daly and his approach. Daly's in the Cinks, tied at 17 under atop the board with the Thomases. And now we've got John Daly the second, Roger.
130. Following Dad's good shot here, so he's going to be trying to stuff it. Hit it on a bit of a hillside over here. Ball a little bit below his feet.
Come on, win.
It's going left now.
Good shot, though.
Good shot.
Dad a little closer for that one.
Swirling a little bit.
This was just earlier over at the 12th. Tom Watson for birdie.
When Tom Watson was in his prime, He knew he was going to make a putt. His playing partners knew he was going to make the putt. Everybody knew that he was going to make a putt easily. The best putter in the world for probably 4 or 5 years.
And maybe the best comeback putter when he ran him by 5-6 feet because he was so aggressive. He knew those were going in as well. And now Tanner Furyk, same hole for birdie.
Wow, couple of twos.
Yep.
Well, look at that guy right there, Fluff.
Tell you, Tanner's growing up. He is solid.
Yeah, he is.
Lacrosse player.
Strong.
Yep.
He's looking at colleges next year to play lacrosse.
Sir Nick at the 8th for birdie.
Pretty good from long range.
I know he enjoys this scramble format, but the way that Nick played the game in his regular PGA Tour career, that probably wouldn't be his favorite format.
Well, he said in his press conference
Pars
yesterday,
meant so much more to him.
He said, I would do anything to play in this event every year with my son. Yeah, he was pretty stoic, Faldo was, playing with him. Although we played at AT&T every year, we had a lot of fun needling each other.
All right, Gary Player's grandson Jordan for par. It's Jordan who won a family competition over Thanksgiving for the right to play in this PNC Championship. Sometimes you forget how unbelievable Gary Player's career has been. 165 wins around the world, all the PGA Tour wins, 9 major championships, now 86 years young, and still with some glimpses of that greatness even today.
Wow, and it needs to be said, he lost his wife Vivian earlier this year. Vivian, one of the great ladies, the grand dames in the game of golf.
Yep. Gary with a little signature kick there. The Jack LaLanne of golf. Strikes again. Tiger over at the 8th.
A really good chance to move up the leaderboard. This hole typically is quite a challenge for every team that works its way through here. Just the length and the way the green sits, it's just always a very difficult hole to walk off with a 2. Tiger hit a beautiful 7-iron in here yesterday. Can probably have the same club in his hand today. Hitting a nice soft fade. This thing is tracking if it gets back there.
It did.
Another one of those shots that shows you that it is possible to see Tiger back next year. We will see. John has already missed. John Daly II now over at the 6 for birdie.
Yeah, should go just a little to his left. Good looking putt.
All right. He's backed his dad up on more than one occasion this week, and the Dailies are threatening to win this for the first time. Taking over the lead by 1.
Which would be no surprise. The way that John Jr. has improved and grown up, he's impressive.
Over to 7.
Yeah, well, Justin Thomas is walking up on the green, and yes, he has driven it on the green in 1 again on this par 4. We saw it yesterday, and it was interesting. I noticed a couple of different swings for Justin Thomas yesterday. This one on the left was from the 15th tee, and look at the width of the stance. Not that wide. A little wider stance on 7 yesterday when he elected to try to go for the green. As they take the club back, look at the difference here at the top. The left heel is dead flat on what I would call his normal swing. The left knee has not moved in that much, but look how much the left knee has moved in, and look how high off the ground the left heel is in what I would call his extra gear swing. And this is when he ripped it up and over the trees, swing on the right, and onto the green at number 7. So apparently, he's been watching some videos from put out by Kyle Berkshire, the world long drive champ, and making some changes there. Pretty interesting, Peter.
Yeah, it is. Have you ever seen anybody do that on
in the course of one round? No, I haven't.
Reagan Cink buries it. for another birdie for the Cinks. That's 5 in a row to tie the Dailies at the top at 18 under. Stewart's won with his other son, and now Reagan wants a belt as well. Back over to 8, Charlie from 172. Dad is in good shape, so the Woods will have another birdie look to try to get it to 16 under. Tied at the top with the Dailies and the Cinks.
We go ahead to 8.
And the Kuchars lining up their birdie attempt. Tiger and Charlie will have a pretty good look at it as well coming up.
Yeah, this one, Danny's going to take a special effort for the Kuchars. They are quite a ways away. Got to come up and over a very subtle slope that cuts across the middle of this green. They will have a shift in grain as well, working into the grain and then a little bit down as it gets closer to the hole.
Okay, so the Kuchars for birdie here at the 8. They're in the upper left, lower right. Cink for birdie at the 7th.
Dueling kids.
Cameron, oh, right on the edge. Cass is off the right edge. So the Sings are going to remain at 14 under. But VJ again has a chance to back up Cass here, so they do have a chance to get it to 15 under. And Matt has a chance to back up here to get it to 15 under as well. So the double boxes remain the same. The dads take over.
Last names remain the same. Wow. Cameron's went right and Matt's went left.
Both miss. And so the Sings remain at 14 under. The Kuchars remain at 14 under as well. And coming up next to the 8, the Woodses with a good chance to move it to 16 under and kind of get out of this lull they're in. Coming off a birdie though at 7. What was that chuckle about there, Noda?
Oh, this Tiger just made a comment along with Matt to Cameron, making him a little bit nervous as he got over that putt. I mean, it was 1 inch, and they said something like, "Don't miss it."
A Noonan.
Much easier putt here, straight back up the hill.
Beautiful stroke. He was picking it up before it went in the hole. Wow. I mean, that was, you knew exactly where that was going in the bottom halfway there. So the Woods have picked up the pace a little bit. 2 back of the Dailies and the Cinks. Majority of the crowd around this group. Tiger and his son Charlie. And he just tosses the marker as if, yep, that's what I'm expecting.
That's the greatest Christmas gift all of us golfers could get this year, is to be able to watch Tiger and Charlie play.
Over to 7.
Yeah, Mike Thomas trying to complete the 2-putt birdie to get to 18 under and tie the lead.
And he's putting better today.
Yes, he is. Well, he looks a whole lot. It looks like he's moving a whole lot better.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no question about
He
that.
barely could get the ball out of the hole or tee it up yesterday.
Well, 3 teams tied atop at 18 under par here in the second and final round of the PNC Championship. Grand Lakes, Orlando. Back with more in just a moment.
Well, we'll complete our trifecta of platforms coming up. We've been on Peacock, now on Golf Channel. We're going to be switching over to NBC for continuing coverage to take you through the end of this second and final round of the PNC Championship. So again, get ready to tune into NBC just at the top of the hour. Over at the par 3-8, 214 yards, Justin Thomas coming off the 5th consecutive birdie. This was just earlier.
Go. Go. Look at that thing spinning. Wow.
So they have birdied 6 of the first 7 holes to put the rush on in hopes of successfully defending this title. So Dad from a little closer up. That's what we saw a lot of yesterday. Just not able to get off that right side with that back.
He's been doing better today, making some putts, hitting better shots. That's the first one we've seen.
Over at the 9th, this was also earlier Charlie from his tees. 377 yards. And that one headed left. And so Tiger was waiting to see, I think, if he was going to hit. And so now Tiger forced to tee it up here on a 460-yard par 4, Noda.
Yeah, we just waited for some confirmation and then wasn't quite sure where Charlie's ball ended up. But this is just to be sure, because they might have a little bit of tree trouble from my vantage point where I saw Charlie's ball end up. So they're going to keep this run going. Got to get something in the fairway here. And that'll do the trick.
Well, he looked like Charlie. No, he just bent down quickly, grabbed the tee.
So Dad helping out on the tee on this 9th hole.
Thank you.
As the Woods get ready to make the turn. They've got to keep the gas on. And Charlie watching his dad's ball. Perfect. So Charlie heads down to that shot with the Woods at 16 under. Over to 12, the par 3, Lee Trevino. Just a magician with a short game, whether he's chipping, in this case putting from just off the green. Oh, almost.
Good putt. Great putt. Pretty straight.
Over at the 8th, VJ Singh off the tee. Talk about a fluid swing.
Now look at the distance of that backswing still. He's a hard worker. Always has been. It's a lot of balls.
Singh's got to pick it up a little bit, just 3 under through the first 7 holes. So Dad missed. Daniel for birdie at the 12th.
That's it right there. Hit it.
Oh, your dad hit it.
Yep. So the Trevinos are going to settle for par there, remain at 10 under, just 2 under on the day. Lee has played in every single one of these 24 PNC championships. Only one to participate in every single one of them. So as we get ready to sign off Golf Channel, we'll leave you with a good look at the leaderboard. Jake, as you take a look at it, 3 at the top at 18 under. Tiger and Charlie know what they need to do. They need to make a lot of birdies coming home.
Yeah, and there are holes you can birdie coming in. You've got par 5s at 14 and 18. You have to birdie those holes, but there are some tricky par 4s also on the back 9. So again, it's going to be the ball strikers, Justin, John, and John Jr., and Stewart and Reagan. They're and let's not forget about Tiger and Charlie. The way Charlie's playing, pretty darn impressive.
Yep, you would expect the winning team to come from those first 4 teams for sure, because in this 2-man scramble, you gotta go low. Matt and Cameron Kuchar at 14 under, 4 back. Charlie and Tiger hoping that they could really turn it on in this back 9. We're going to have it for you on NBC Sports coming up, as Tiger competes for the very first time in a tournament since he last competed in this very PNC Championship a year ago in Orlando. He's hit some good shots. He's grimaced a couple of times, but all in all, been smiling his way around the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club here in Orlando. So coming up next on Golf Channel as we sign off here, it's the Nota Begay III Junior National Championship, and then live final round coverage of the PNC Championship, as we mentioned, continuing next on NBC in just a couple of minutes. In the meantime, for our NBC Sports crew, Dan Hicks saying so long from Golf Channel and the PNC Championship. We'll see you over on NBC for the conclusion. Beautiful championship day here in Orlando at the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club Grand Lakes at the PNC Championship. Scramble format in effect, the second and the final round, so the race is on for the 24th PNC Championship crown, and Tiger Woods and his 12-year-old son Charlie are in it, although they need to keep their foot on the gas. They started off with a couple of birdies, and then this second by Tiger at the par 5 third. Thing of beauty, setting up Team Woods with an eagle opportunity and a chance to go 4 under through the first 3 holes. Tiger backing up Charlie as he has last year and this year. No need for him to putt. Charlie picks up the mark, converts the eagle as the Woods quickly moved it to 14 under. They began the day 3 back of the first round leader, the Cinks. Mike Thomas playing with his son Justin Thomas for the second year in a row. Didn't have a great day yesterday, nursing a sore back, but he came out firing with a birdie right out of the gate at the first. So the Thomas is trying to successfully defend. John Daly II. Look at this fairway bunker shot.
Be right.
At the par 5 third.
Get down.
Second.
Great shot, John.
To put he and his dad John in position for an eagle of their own there. And their order has been dad first, son second. No need for the second because John Daly converts the eagle, and the Dailies are threatening to win this for the first time. That got them to 16 under par. The Cinks, the first day leaders at 13 under. Beautiful putt there by Reagan for birdie at the 6th. They have made 5 in a row when that one fell. So the Cinks right there at the top. Then Tiger watching Charlie, who picks up the mark before it even fell in. A birdie at the 8th drops. They 6 under through the first 8 holes for Team Woods as they move to 16 under. But just moments ago, Mike Thomas, who had the tough day yesterday and watched Justin do just about everything to get him up on the leaderboard, a long one dropping at the 8th. Much to the delight of Justin, and the Thomases have regained the lead by themselves at 19 under par in their search to defend here. As we get back out to Team Woods at the 9th, second, 144 yards away. Tiger stepping in. 3 back now of the Thomases. Charlie has already played, missed the green, so pressure on dad here to perform.
Get up a yard.
And that he does. Dan Hicks and Peter Jacobson here, and our entire NBC sports team assembled here for what should be a fun, dramatic Sunday competition. You got the Dailies in that final group, and we've got our own Roger Maltby out there with the action. Raj, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dan. And a scenario that became the norm yesterday. Dad misses the birdie putt. Now John Daly II is there to back him up. This one will go to his right. Maybe a couple 3 inches outside the left part of the hole. Actually, we've had 3 putts from just about exactly the same place, and everybody has missed it. We'll see if he can get it right. He does.
Man,
Again.
freshman on the Arkansas golf team where his dad played. John Daly II keeping pace here with a beauty there to tie the Thomases. As we take a look high above the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club, 20 teams competing for the PNC Championship, but no one more appreciative to be here this week than the team dressed in Sunday red and black.
Welcome to the 2021 PNC Championship. From Jupiter Island, Florida, World Golf Hall of Fame member Tiger Woods and his son Charlie Woods.
No one knew if this second chance would even come. But here they are in what seems like a miracle encore, having more fun than ever, competing together again. Alongside friends who are just like family. In a tournament where a father and son can share not only the joy of the game, but a lifelong bond. Where the best female player in the world can show her tennis major champion dad how it's done. This is the place each year where the magic of the holidays comes to life. This is the one and only PNC Championship. NBC Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present live final round coverage of the PNC Championship. Beautiful weather, unseasonably warm here. Temperature in the 80s, 82 degrees right now in Orlando for the 24th PNC Championship, being contested for the 10th consecutive year at the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club, Grand Lakes. We are live at the 9th. Charlie Woods for birdie and Nota Begay with the group.
Yeah, trying to take advantage of a beautiful approach shot from his dad. Just going to drip to his left.
Another one. Largest gallery on the course by far is gathered around Tiger and his son to see if they can pull off a Sunday comeback. And Charlie is feeling it as he walks off confidently. There's the front nine scorecard. 5 birdies, the eagle at the third. There's Tiger's daughter Samantha, his girlfriend Erica over there in the cart watching Charlie.
He's picking that up before the ball even gets into the cup.
So Charlie beginning to feel it on the greens. 20 teams competing. Justin and Mike Thomas looking to repeat at 19 under. They've been caught by John and John Daly II. No more little John for John's kids. Stewart and Reagan Cink. Stewart trying to win again. He won with his other son earlier. He's at 18 under in the hunt. Tiger and Charlie Woods there trying to keep the pressure on the leaders. Just a couple of back. Rich and Michael Beam. Rich, the 2002 PGA champion, playing in this event for the very first time. Mark and Sean O'Mara are back, also at 15 under in the tie for 5th. Tom and Sean Lehman. He's played with a couple of his sons. Tom, Sean gets the call this year. Matt and Cameron Kuchar also at 15 under in that tie for 5th. David and Brady Duvall. David's won with one son, trying to do some damage here on this Sunday with Brady. 14 under. They got off to a good start. Patrick and Patty Harrington are back at 14 under. Just the second time a women professional has played in this championship. Nelly Korda, the top-ranked player in the world on the women's side, playing with her major championship tennis dad, Peter. We got the Stensons here, the players, Gary and his grandson, Jordan. Jordan playing for the first time with the 86-year-old ageless wonder. EJ and Cass Singh, who have had so many close calls in this event, having another good week, as are Nick and Matthew Faldo. Tom and Michael Watson at 12 under. Jim and Tanner Furyk back for the second straight year. Nick and Greg Price also at the same score and a tie for 16th. Bubba Watson again with his father-in-law. His wife Angie's father, Wayne Ball, at 12 under. And Lee and Daniel Trevino. Lee, the only player to play in all 24 of these PNC championships. Let's get you out to the action at 13 and Gary Koch.
Thank you very much, Dan. Here at the short par 4, Nelly Korda to play a second shot. And as we've seen throughout this championship, playing extremely well. Great shot there. Let's go up and join the guys at 18.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. And as always is the case on this final round Sunday at the PNC Championship, it's kind of been whittled down a little bit. And as you take a look at the leaderboard with the Thomases and the Dailies tied at the top at 19 under, Jake, Cinks one back, Tiger and Charlie. Still a very big part of this leaderboard.
Well, watching John Daly II make putts and Charlie Woods make putts, do we dare say that the sons are outshining the dads? It's been so much fun to watch the last 2 days, and I just can't get over the excitement about Tiger, how well he is playing. He's walking pretty well. He's not limping like he was on the Pro-Am days, but it's just fun to be here.
Yeah, I think everybody has been surprised by Tiger. Maybe Tiger's been surprised himself. Again, it is the last time he played in a competitive event was this very tournament a year ago, less than 10 months removed from that horrific accident. We had everybody thinking, boy, is he ever going to play again? Here he is, hitting some golf shots, some like the old Tiger.
And there was a question about that. Was Tiger ever going to be able to walk again, much less play golf? And here he is. How excited are we to see that?
These are the Thomases over at the 9th. They played with the Woods yesterday. Lots of needling occurred in that group yesterday. Of course, they're like family. And Mike Thomas has been revived today, especially on the putting green.
Well, he got some work. I talked to him this morning. Got some treatment on his back yesterday. We've seen more shots look like this, covering the flag. Just a bit right. Not a bad play from there. Good leave.
And back over to Tiger over at the 10th.
Short par 4, so just try to get the ball in play off the tee.
Big wide driving area here, Gary. Picking up the tee quickly. He likes it. Man, he is swinging the club nice today.
Yeah, looks a little freer. Looks like he's getting to his left side a little easier. As we go back to 9.
And Justin. Another chance to back that up here with a good one. Saw it time and time again yesterday. Seen it again today.
More than likely going to work this in from left to right, high cut.
They have birdied 7 of the first 8 holes. They're working on a streak of 6 birdies in a row.
Got it left of the hole, but there was no cut.
And back over to the 10th, Gary.
Yeah, we thought we'd take a look, Dan, at Tiger Woods' driver swing from last year and one from yesterday. I noticed that it looks as though the left foot is flared out a little bit more, which makes it a little bit easier to try to get the left hip out of the way going forward and clear to the left side. Now the backswing, well, last year perhaps a touch bit longer than it is right now, indicating maybe a little more flexibility. But here's the biggest difference, Peter, and we talked about it yesterday. Look at last year, how he's able to get up on his right foot. Heel is off the ground, weight is really shifted toward the left side. Yesterday, the heel not nearly as high up in the ground, not getting over to the left side quite as quickly, and it is very evident in the follow-through. Much different how he's able to get around to the left. Easier last year than this year. Not surprising at all based on the injuries that he sustained to the lower part of the right leg.
Boy, that was really well done, and you could see that, Gary. It's just a little bit of caution on Tiger's part this year.
Well, once again, Charlie right down the center.
As we said, are these kids outshining some of their dads?
He leads the field in picking up the marker and the tee.
And up at 13, Peter Korda, Nelly's dad. Putt for the birdie, pretty much right straight up the hill. Yep, there we go. Said he just got a new set of clubs a couple of months ago and really started working on his game a little bit. He's actually hit some pretty nice shots. They've had a great time, and Nelly has just been in awe of getting to play in front of Tiger Woods yesterday.
Yeah, Korda's currently at 15 under in that tie for 5th, and it was Dad who got the kids into the game of golf, especially Jess and Nelly. Sebi's a tennis player, but Dad thought it would be a great way to get the family together. Today's coverage is brought to you by PNC Bank, changing how you handle overdrafts with low cash mode. And by Grand Lakes Orlando, a premier resort destination hidden in the heart of Orlando. Beautiful shots again, provided by Waystar on a journey to transform healthcare payments. Back down on the course at the par 3/8. Just a short time ago, John Daly II for birdie after Dad missed. Trying to push it to 20 under par. We'll stay at 19 under. And we go back to the par 4 9th. Mike Thomas has already missed, so Justin trying to fill it up with a birdie. This for 7 in a row. Raises the left edge. That would have gone him to 20 under par. And over at the 8th, Reagan Cink has already missed, so Dad here backing him up, trying to get it to 19 under. Into a tie with the Thomases and the Dailies.
Oh, this is the part of the golf course that it's hard to birdie. 8, 9, 10.
Yep, Reagan and Stewart had that stretch of 5 birdies in a row, 2 through 6, going to end their front 9 with 3 straight pars. You got Cameron Kuchar here lining things up. We'll do it with our Top Tracer technology, powered by Top Golf.
And a beauty. Yeah, right on line. Only about 12 feet left.
Well, golf is something for everyone, and we're inviting you to play it your way. Make golf your thing, or if you already have, invite a friend to try to play golf this year. Learn more at makegolfyourthing.org. And back to 10.
And Matt Kuchar just a moment ago played this second shot. Started out to the right, letting the wind drift it back left.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. I think that'll be a birdie for the Kuchars. All right, now live, Charlie.
Yeah, knocked down a couple chicken fingers at the turn. Now he's ready to try and get this 105-yard shot in there tight. Not going to be happy with that.
No, he's left a couple iron shots out to the right, that's for sure. But when you've got arguably the best player to ever play the game of golf backing you up, and we've seen Tiger control his distance a little better today, it seems like, Noda.
Yeah, it's remarkable. I mean, you know how he's always learning, trying to just get a little bit sharper. And yesterday he was noticeably off, coming up short, a little bit long with a couple different irons. But the last 4 iron shots, starting with the second at the 6th, have been very precise and accurate.
Okay.
Thinking about it.
That one a touch long, but certainly not horrible by any means. Woods will have a little longer birdie putt there at the 10th than they would like. Justin Thomas and Mike Thomas, the defending champions, are making quite the run today here.
It's just the perfect tournament for this time of year. Another PNC Championship around the holidays. Season's greetings to all of you out there. Merry Christmas. Less than a week away from the big day. Back out to the woods at the 10th.
And Charlie to go.
This coming from just past hole high, Gary, but pretty flat look speed-wise. Took a relatively long time to assess it, but let's see if they get it dialed in.
Good try.
Yep.
So like Charlie said, Dad, we need to play a little more break than that.
Yeah, there's always go a little back and forth between them. I was talking to Charlie over on the 4th tee, and he was just explaining his hand position through impact. You know, has got already at such a young age, such a good grasp of just face angle and path and all the things you need to do to produce a good golf shot. So I think his dad does listen to him when he does give him that feedback.
They got it out there. Will it break? Yes, it will. So Tiger and Charlie move it to 18 under.
Yeah, who was the teacher there, Gary?
4 birdies in a row for them.
That 29, Gary, the lowest front 9 of the day. It matches the lowest of the championship, so they are doing what they need to do.
Just 1 off the lead at the moment. To 14.
The par 5, and Rich Beam with the 3rd for he and his son Michael, playing here for the first time. No one more thrilled to be a part of this PNC Championship than the Beamer, soaking it all in.
Yeah, the par 5s here at 14 and 18. They're gettable.
Back at the 9th, Reagan Cink getting ready, Raj.
Yeah, got 127 left. Hole cut on the green, 30 paces. Wind kind of helping a little off the left, and the hole cut on the right side of the green.
Go hard.
He makes a good swing at it. Big turn. Got some speed.
First round leaders just 1 back as they are 5 under through the first 7 holes, up to 13.
Yeah, this is Wayne Ball, Bubba Watson's father-in-law. And a nice putt. We've seen him hole a number of putts, Peter, here the last 2 days. And enjoying playing with son-in-law Bubba Watson. We go back to 9.
And Dad Stewart ready to go.
This is just one of those shots you're looking to get close. And this is right at it.
Yeah, just over the top of the flag, Roger.
That'll be a good look for the Cinks for 6 birdies in the first 9 holes. After shooting that 59, the only sub-60 round yesterday. Keep it right here for John Daly.
Yeah, just 103. Pretty good advantage off the tee here. Moved up quite a ways from John's perspective, and that's a good-looking shot.
Yeah, spin back, Raj. So John Daly with a good one, and chip off the old block is next. Freshman at Arkansas, just coming off his first semester, his first season. Just played in a couple of tournaments. He's on a really good college golf team, so even a guy like John Daly II didn't get a ton of playing time, but he learned, and he wants to play in his father's footsteps. He wants to play on the PGA Tour one day, Raj, and I think you've seen him enough to think that he may be there someday.
He's got the potential to do it. He sure does. But when you're a freshman walking on to a good Division I college golf team, You got to beat a lot of returning guys. It's not an easy thing to do. This kind of knockdown sandwich, little left of the hole.
Yep, he had just one collegiate start in the fall this season. So the learning continues for John Daly II as Tiger tees it up at 11.
Hit one of his longest drives of the day here yesterday. Big wide fairway, able to just take a huge swing at it.
No, he's going after it. Looks like he's really trying to pump it out there.
Yeah, like I said, you know, he's always testing, feeling, just trying to get a sense of where his body's at.
Plus, Jake, it's Sunday.
Well,
There's
you're right.
a tournament on the line.
There's red and black. Now take a look at his right foot. Watch the push. Gary talked about it earlier. The right foot staying flat to the ground for longer than he normally swings the club. But, wow, he is busting it. Upper body probably a little bit more active, trying to swing his arms faster.
There's just no doubt he has pushed it this weekend in the throes of competition more than he ever has. Grimacing a little bit there over at the 12th. Lehman's for birdie. Tom watching that disappear. Much to the delight of his son Sean. And that's their 7th birdie of the day. Out in 32. Birdies to start the second 9 here. Nelly Korda, you want to watch a good swing? Check out this at the 14th. Second at the par 5.
I was talking to Roger earlier, and he said the only word that he could use to explain Nelly Korda is elegant.
I mean, it's just effortless power. Technique is perfect. And look at that result. On in 2. Well, she's the #1 ranked golfer in the world on the women's side. So, you know, why should she be shy about meeting Tiger Woods for the first time?
Yo, Nelly, yes. You got it. Done deal. Absolutely. I think she wants to be alone. That's another, you know. All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Is that pretty cool?
So cool. Dream come true.
First time meeting with Tiger Woods. They're documented on video, and that was one of the first thoughts that came through Nelly's mind when she got invited with her dad to this tournament. I'm going to be playing in the same tournament as Tiger Woods. Got to meet him and got the photo. Over at 11, Charlie off the tee. He goes from 335 here versus Dad some 65 yards back.
I guarantee you there are a lot of people watching now that are going to want to invite Charlie to their member guest.
Over at the 9th, we got Reagan Cink here for birdie. Oh man, he walks that in. So the Cinks aimed their front 9 with a birdie, 6th of the day. And they're staying right at it. Back down to the 9th. All that's left for John Daly II for birdie.
Well, here we go again.
Yep.
Dad's missed the short birdie putt here. JD2.
And the way you described it up. Yeah, the way you described it yesterday, a lot more meticulous than Dad, right?
Absolutely, much more detailed. You know, even after watching a putt, it's easy to get into the habit of, you know, saying, okay, I've seen what it does, and not get in your routine. He gets in his routine every time, no matter if he's seen the break of the putt or not. Once again.
Yeah, first team to 20 under, Raj. That's the neighborhood you got to get into at this stage of the tournament. The Dailies' low 9 holes of the championship with a 28 just capped off there. Team Woods at the 11th, looking for their 5th straight birdie. Charlie with the approach here to this par 4.
Routine.
See if Dad can get inside of that, but that was a good one by Charlie. Mike Thomas trying to do his thing.
Yep, birdie putt here at the 10th, Dan, after a nice wedge shot from son Justin. Now it's going to move a little left, but Should have shown the line perfectly to his son. We go back to 11.
And Tiger trying to improve on Charlie's shot. Charlie asking it to sit. It does. And it's a little better than Charlie. So short range it'll be for the Woods in search of their 5th straight birdie. Justin Thomas over the 10th.
Yeah, birdie putt this to reach 20 under, tie the lead. Yep, showing the correct line. And he comes through. So the defending champions looking pretty good.
Yep, they want to wear those championship belts back over to Tiger's house for dinner, right?
Yeah, Christmas. Yep.
Nelly Corda over at the 14th for Eagle.
She made a beautiful eagle putt yesterday at the 18th.
By the way, there were a lot of players here getting their pictures with Nelly. By
Yes.
the way, it wasn't just Nelly getting that money shot with Tiger. She is one of the biggest stars in the world. And just getting started. Only 23 years old. Oh, Cameron Kuchar just off the mark.
They hit that one relatively quickly, so it tells me they have a real good indication of what this is going to do break-wise. Pretty flat section of the green here on this front left-hand portion, so
Pretty comfortable pairing here for Tiger and Matt. They played together as partners. Went 3-1 in the 2013 President's Cup at Muirfield Village, so they know each other's games really well.
Look at Tiger and Charlie leaning on the putter. It's like mirror images. Nicely done by the Kuchars, 3 in a row for them.
That's what's fun about watching the players, every group at the PNC Championship, because you can see that these apples don't fall far from the trees.
yeah, all the way down to the putter. This is one of Tiger's old backups that Charlie had cut down because he just wants to have that same feel, same vibe.
Well, that's the second one he's hit today. Just a little too much speed, catches a lip, and spits it out.
Well, when you play junior golf, Peter, you remember the days. You hit them a lot with a lot more speed because you're not afraid of the 5 or 6 footer coming back. But after a few careless 3-putts, we all learn as we age in the game, maybe be a little bit more cautious with the speed.
Mr. reached 19 under and 9 under on the day through the first 11. Knew that was going to back that up successfully, so that is 5 in a row for Team Woods. They are within 1 of the tie at the top at 20 under. We just saw Tiger and Charlie leaning on that putter. David Duval has won this PNC Championship, now competing with Brady. Here he is for birdie over at the 16th. David, big designs on making a mark in the PGA Tour Champions, Jake.
I think he will. He's got his swing coach Shane LeBaron here this week, and they're both working really hard. And David's excited about heading out there.
Here's Nelly over at the 15th, second at the par 4.
Good rhythm, Nell.
I would say so.
Yeah. There really isn't anything that could go wrong with that golf swing.
What a season she had. Won her first major, won the Olympic gold medal, and what a career this guy has had. Sometimes you just forget what he has amassed through the years. 15 majors, that last one coming at the Masters in 2019. And look at the rest of the guys here. 9 for Gary Player, 8 for Watson, Trevino with 6, Nick Faldo for 6. 14 male golfers have won 6 or more majors in golf history. 5 of the 14 are here. The only living players that are in this category that aren't Jack Nicklaus and Phil Mickelson. That's how amazing the talent is at this tournament. Tiger talking to Joe, his guy.
Tiger staying #1 for I don't know how many weeks, 2 or 3 years in a row. It's just an incredible accomplishment.
Lee Trevino. He says, put a wedge in my hand, I'll still beat most everybody.
He said yesterday that if while he was signing autographs, if he were here, and he wasn't playing, he'd go out and watch Charlie Woods. He said that kid is impressive.
Lee hits golf plays golf, hits balls every single day. Over at the 10th.
John Daly, birdie putt from some 18 feet. And wow, John's making a few. And they're at 21 under.
Santa is in the house.
A
Ready.
little early.
Santa is delivering early.
Up to 11.
Mike Thomas, short range at the par 4.
That looked good. That was better.
Ooh, right all over
Yeah,
it.
he's got a great short game. Been a good player all his life. Now he's predominantly a teacher.
All right, back here at 10, the Cinks with a putt for birdie. This also to get to 20 under par.
Pretty similar line to the Cinks. Should have a great idea what it does.
Yeah, and Reagan just pouring it right in. So a lot of teams in contention here as we head to this back 9.
Yeah, there are more teams in contention than I can remember in several years.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. See which teams can keep making the putts as we go to 12.
And Tiger, 195-yard par 3.
Trying to hold something back up into this wind. It is trying to work. Well struck.
Wow.
Well, he got a lot out of that one, didn't he?
A little long left.
Yeah, they're going to depend on Charlie, who's going to be a little less than 20 yards up.
Yeah,
Actually, a lot more than that. He's going to be 40 yards up. He'll be a 155-yard tee shot for Charlie that they are going to rely upon. Back over at 11, Justin Thomas trying to improve on his dad's beautiful approach. And he does. I mean, how good is he from that range?
Well, it's just a lesson to show you that even though Justin Thomas is a big hitter, he's also got just a deft short game touch.
13.
Carl Stenson, the youngest player in the field at just 11 years old, rolls in another putt for birdie, and Dad Henrik get to 16 under par.
Making their debut, and it was such a taxing day yesterday, Gary, after the first round that both Henrik and Carl were out. Henrik putting that out on his Instagram. We are racking. Great shot there. Oh, over at the 14th, Sean O'Mara for birdie at the par 5.
And Sean using that saw grip like his dad.
Yep. Got his own line of clothing, and it is snazzy to say the least. Back over to Nelly Corda. It's time for Whoop Live as we check out Nelly's heart rate. By the way, as Nelly comes up just a little right, her heart rate when she was on the podium getting the gold medal in Tokyo was 172 beats per minute. So it's not quite Tokyo podium range right now, but
it's excitement there.
Here at the PNC. Okay, big shot here. Charlie Woods off the 12th.
I'm going to try and take his 5-iron. He went right after it, tailing off at the right edge of the green.
Gave it a club twirl. Got it on the back edge. And it's coming back a little bit. How good is it? Boy, you knew he needed to hit a good one. Dad was long. 12-year-old Charlie says, I got you covered. From the back here of the green at 11, just a little while ago, you saw Charlie Woods rise to the occasion with his tee shot, gave that familiar club twirl. I mean, that is just outrageous. He needed it, and Dad appreciated it and drove over to Charlie, gave him a little knuckles there. Way to go, kid. You bailed me out again. Great stuff.
That's why these players say this is the best tournament of the year.
Kuchers are first.
Yeah, they've been trying to keep up with the Woodses and just haven't been able to do it. Not hitting enough close iron shots.
And they're working on 3 birdies in a row. Tiger and Charlie working on 5 birdies in a row.
You know, earlier in the round today, guys, Matt was just telling me just how happy he is to see Cameron playing so much golf. Just has really immersed himself in it the last couple years. His other son, Carson, is really dedicated to tennis and has become quite competitive in his own right.
You might have seen the Thomases with that birdie putt at 11, the short one to get to 21 under, tied for the lead.
No,
They're not playing through.
Cameron likes to hit the cut like his dad. He's been working really hard on his game.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I think that's a little genetic too. They see it so many times, it just becomes commonplace for them to sort of emulate that motion.
So the Kuchers settled for par, going to remain at 17 under. And now Tiger and Charlie trying to move it to 20 under.
Starting a little left.
Yeah, agreed.
You like that line up?
Yeah, I love the line. It's what, ball and a half outside the red.
Pushed it.
Yep, you can hear him say he pushed it. It's about a ball and a half out on
I
the
like
right.
the line though.
You got it.
I don't think it quite came. I'm standing right on the opposite side of the hole in front of the green. It didn't quite move that much. I think Tiger obviously picked up on it.
Yeah, maybe he'll adjust, obviously, Nona.
Yeah, now that he's in there tight as well, Charlie's ball is a guaranteed 3. Take some speed out and put some speed into it and take some break out.
Noda, you've played golf with Tiger a long time. What amazes me is how still he is with his body. No matter what the putt is for, just watch his body. It's so still. Just the arms and club move.
Yeah, the lower body is just locked in. Shoulders rock.
We might have gotten it. Yeah. Putter in the air like we've seen Charlie mimic this week. And that is 6 in a row for the Woods on a run. 6 holes left for them. Can you imagine if they're in it down to the last hole here? We didn't think we'd see Tiger on a golf course ever. Too much to ask for a W. At the 12th, at par 3 that the Woods just birdied, thanks to Charlie's tee shot that set him up.
There are not many birdies here at this par 3, so Tiger and Charlie certainly picked up a shot, and that's going to come up short and end up in that heavy stuff short and right.
Dad will have another crack a little closer. Back at 11, second for John Daly, the second. Tied for the lead with the Thomases.
See all the other 3 shots up there close. See if he can improve on those.
Well, they got it surrounded.
I throw a blanket over those.
Back to 12 for Mike Thomas. Again, he's in that 177-yard range. 4 sets of tees here. And the Thomas is having a time here at the 12th. That's how big that birdie was by Tiger and Charlie earlier.
Back to 11.
And Reagan Cink for birdie, Raj.
Yeah, little one up the hill here. Might come a shade left.
Had to get to 21 under. How solid has he been? Wow. I don't think Stewart struck a putt in a while.
Thanks.
That's just fine with Stewart.
Yeah, makes your partner happy.
That's 3 in a row, Raj. And that's 8 under through the first 11 holes.
Well, you've got to keep the pedal to the metal here coming home in this scramble format.
Now John Daly. See if he can give his son the putter off here. Yep, no
2 in a
need.
row.
Yep. So the Dailies score 1. And the Dailies move it to 22 under. 1 clear of the Thomases and the Cinks.
Yeah, 4 teams now separating themselves from the field. Daly, Thomas, Cink, and Woods.
Yep, 1 of those 4 squads is going to win this PNC Championship. And as Charlie gets ready to go off the tee there at 13th, we take a look at Some of the priceless moments presented by MasterCard. There have been more than a few priceless moments delivered by the Woodses. Right out of the box again. Birdie at the first. Second straight day that they birdied the par 4 first. He started off with 2 birdies in a row. Charlie took over at the second.
Yeah, they've been trading off back and forth, making putts, hitting great shots.
So then they get to the third, the par 5. Just a beautiful iron approach here by Tiger.
I think this told us a lot about where Tiger is right now. I think he surprised himself with how well he played yesterday, and that allowed him to be aggressive right there.
And it allows Charlie to have the honor here of rolling in the eagle. So it's a birdie eagle start by Tiger and Charlie. They began the day 3 back. That got them to 14 under. They parred 4, 5, and 6. And then Tiger's second here at the 7th.
Just a classic Tiger Woods spinner, almost jarred it.
Charlie went up there and tapped that in for another birdie, and then Charlie taking aim at the 8th. Right in the middle, picking up the mark before it lands.
There's not many birdies there at the par 3 8th.
So that was 2 in a row, looking for 3 in a row to make the turn and to go out in 29.
This is arguably the most difficult part of the course, 8, 9.
So looking for 4 in a row at the 10th to get to 18 under and keep the chase on the leaders. Just the perfect pace for Dad. So that's 4 in a row. Looking for 5 in a row at the 11th. So Tiger kind of taking over here. So they birdied that to make it 5 in a row. And after Dad was off the mark and along with his tee shot, Charlie, with the pressure on, delivered with a club twirl and a beauty that set up another one. Charlie missed his birdie try, but Dad for 6 in a row to get to 20 under. Right in the hunt. Priceless moments delivered by Tiger and his son Charlie here, climbing up the leaderboard to get within a couple of the Dailies, sitting in that solo 4th position. And the green is cleared at 13. As the tees have been moved up, as you alluded to earlier, Gary.
Yeah, they certainly have. So be interesting to see what strategy is employed here. Looks like they're going to have Charlie go first, Noda?
Yeah, when Charlie was walking past Tiger's tee, Tiger told him, hey, just go up there and knock it on the green. And Charlie mentioned back to him, saying, you mind if it's in the bunker? He goes, not at all, son. Just go ahead and knock it on up there. That's exactly what he's done. See, it'll all depend on the bounce.
Well, not quite sure where it ended up, but oh, there it is. Yeah, just over the back left portion of the green. Actually, not the best of positions there. That's about 6 or 7 feet below the level of the putting surface.
Just looking for somebody to tell him.
Give him an indication, yeah.
Just over the green. There it is, just over. It's good though.
Well, it's good. Yeah, it's safe. Not sure how good it is, but this was the easiest par 4 in round 1, Peter. 15 birdies were recorded out of the 20 teams, and more of the same today with the tees moved up.
Yeah, a little more difficult hole location back right on that shelf. It's narrow green.
Gary, as expected, the gallery behind the 13th tee was really happy to see him taking swings, getting ready to hit this tee shot.
Yeah, now with the tees moved up, the target is well left. He's got to go up and over these trees. And playing a big cut.
Oh, that's very good. Fairway. Oh.
And looks to be just in front of the green, so yep, just fine.
Yeah, that may be the one they take, Gary.
Yeah, I think they probably will. Charlie's ball's in a pretty awkward position.
Over at the par 5 14th just a moment ago. Sean Lehman giving it a go in 2.
There's some speed on this swing. Boy, he throws that way up in the air.
That'll work.
That'll work. Thank you, son.
So the eagle attempt now for the Lehmans. Sean going first. If necessary, Dad will follow. You can give that eagle a Sean and a fist pump. So 19 under. This is a nice run here by the Lamans. They had 4 birdies on the front 9, 3 birdies on the back, including that eagle there.
Don't forget about us.
They're in 5th place by themselves, but 3 back and running out of holes. Just 4 holes left for them. Over the 12th, Mike Thomas rolls it in. And the Thomas is staying right there at 21 under. Well, our thoughts go out to a past participant of this tournament, Fuzzy Zeller, whose wife Diane passed away yesterday. Jake, you knew Fuzzy, you knew Diane well, you knew the whole family as well.
Yeah, it's hard to find the words to express how special she was to everyone that she met. And her daughter Gretchen told me earlier today, we have all gained a very special guardian angel in heaven. Much beloved Diane Zeller.
And a tie for second at 21 under, just 1 back, Team Cink. This is Stewart off the tee at the 195-yard 12th.
Posing on it. It's good.
Oh, wow. As he hits some irons today. That looks like it's going to be another birdie for the Cinks to move into that tie for the top. 13.
Yeah, they've decided to use Tiger's drive, so Charlie to play next.
Money. Great shot, Char. Love it. Great shot.
Oh, look at the spin. Peter, that's just amazing. Great technique to be able to put spin on that little short shot. We go back to 12.
John Daly on the tee, not wasting any time.
JD never wastes any time.
And he throws a dart in there as well.
He hits them all like that.
And back over to 13, Gary.
Yeah, Tiger will take a good look at exactly where Charlie's ball ended up. The lip of the bunker kind of hides some of the green there, doesn't it, Noto?
Yeah, just walked about 10 paces to the right just to get a visual of just where that hole's sitting. Pretty flat. You saw how quickly Charlie's ball stopped, so he knows he can go right at this with a measure of control.
Well, they're going to use Charlie's.
Well, that was a lot of spin for a short shot.
With Tiger choosing the PNC to come back in regular form here, and I think he's over-delivering. Dan, what do you think?
I think Peter Korda just delivered there for Team Korda.
I think that's right. But we're having so much fun with Tiger and Charlie. 19 major champions, getting to know everybody. Nelly Korda and Peter knew this year. That was notable, and I think we all agree. It's just a delight to have part of this. But Peter Jacobson said it yesterday the best. Just watching these kids is so much fun. The familiar mannerisms, the personalities, all the way through Carl Stenson, age 11, who introduced to us a Swedish version of Kids Say the Darndest Things.
Yeah,
that was the next level, Peter.
Jim kind of teed him up there. That was the same night that John Daly showed up in the Santa.
That's right.
So it's all in good fun. But as we watch the Dailies here, what other ways does PNC make an impact in the community outside of this tournament?
Yeah, well, it was all set up 10 years ago by Arnold Palmer and our then CEO, Jim Rohr, who revitalized this tournament and the format. I remember them saying, we want to make this a celebration of relationships. And of course, Mr. Palmer's not with us physically anymore, but I think he may be around here in some form, smiling. Jim's at home in Pittsburgh watching every second of the footage. And a big part of the tournament's off the course. Through this tournament, we've been able to donate millions of dollars to various charities here in the Central Florida region. And we're proud to be part of it. It's a vital community, and PNC is a big part of it.
Rob, thanks for all you do. Thanks for visiting us again. It's going to be great stuff down the stretch here.
Dan, I got one quick thing for you.
Okay.
Way back on Friday in the Pro-Am, as the world awaited to see Tiger hit his first tee shot in competition, I was on the first tee and a guy bumped into me, turned around, and it was you.
Hey, I was just
participating in the fun, and the electricity was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just off the charts as John Daly II rolls in another one to get Team Daly to 23 under. Amazing. Rob, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Dan. Happy holidays to you and your family and everybody at NBC and the Golf Channel. Thank you.
Same to you guys. Out to 13.
Bye-bye.
All right, Charlie Woods. This putt up the hill, not much break to it. Just keep up the speed. and pour it in the back just like that. Wow. So 7 birdies in a row now for Team Woods, and Danny ties a record. Tiger's longest birdie streak on tour was 7 in a row at the Masters back in 2005. So a little different format.
Just slightly, but
yeah,
hey.
but you know, still he's got a chance to break a record.
Oh yeah, wins on the line. There's a little tap-in birdie for the Cinks at 12.
Boy, these guys have to keep pace with Team Daly, and Woods is doing it. So is Team Cink.
Yeah, they're at 22 under. The Dailies at 23 under. Charlie Woods up on this par 5 14th tee, just 476 versus Dad's team ground, which is 559. So they've been talking about how they're going to play this strategically. Tiger having a chat with Charlie before he was sent up to that tee.
Well, they've got 5 holes left, 2 par 5s in those last 5 holes, and right now Woods team's sitting 2 back. They're going to have to birdie every hole coming in, maybe get an eagle here or at 18 or both.
Yeah, this would be the best chance for eagle. Charlie can get this out there.
Charlie's ball in flight. Top Tracer technology powered by Top Golf. Tracy Knit. Carried at about 209, comes to rest a little farther down than that. Gives it a thumbs up to Dad, says we're in good shape.
Yeah, Dad, you can ride in the cart now.
No need.
No need.
Take a load off.
You heard what Charlie said before the week started. He said, I hope my dad gets to ride in the cart because my back is still sore from carrying him last year.
He never misses an opportunity.
Of course.
Right? Got the sharpest needle from a 12-year-old maybe we've ever seen.
Yeah, Tiger is the needle, and Charlie is needle 2.
There's Samantha, Tiger's 14-year-old daughter, in the middle of that golf cart, taking the ride up after Charlie's drive. Just earlier, Gary, at the 17th.
Yeah, Lee Trevino, the 82-year-old wonder. It's almost every shot from right to left now, which is pretty interesting, Peter, considering he played exclusively left to right throughout his PGA Tour career.
Yeah, he used to cut across, wipe the arms across the ball, but he said, I need that extra distance now.
That's right.
Second shot over at the par 4 15th for Tom Lehman, putting together a nice day, he and his son Sean. 8 under.
Be right. Be right. Golf shot to you.
Beautiful shot by Tom.
You know, I forgot about that other time.
Coming off their eagle at 14. There is Samantha right next to Dad. She's got the red and black on. If you're in that family, is there any other wardrobe choice on a Sunday? Coming down the stretch while we were away at 13.
Yeah, second shot played by Mike Thomas. After Justin's drive up in the green side bunker, very nicely done. And then here was Justin's. And interestingly, Justin was saying earlier in the week, guys, that, you know, my dad's short game was really good when I was younger. We used to have a lot of contests, and he used to beat me pretty much all the time. And guess what? He beat him again.
Yeah, that was the hallmark of Mike's game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And there, the final group back there on the tee, kind of waiting for the green to clear. Meantime, we'll head up to 15.
Carl Stenson for birdie. Get him and Dad to 18 under. Sitting in a top 10 position right now.
Sure.
Young Carl with a little fist pump.
He is an engaging young man.
Over at the par 5 14th, Charlie Woods is going to go ahead and play here, even though the green's not clear. He's got 252.
Yeah, not able to reach the green, just trying to get something up short of that right bunker. Nice job there.
Woods working on a streak of 7 birdies in a row.
Yeah, no, having Charlie put that ball safely in that position, it's going to give Tiger a chance. You see that water that borders the green on the left, that big deep bunker on the right. So now Tiger can be a little more aggressive.
There's Tiger's girlfriend Erica chatting with Charlie and Samantha.
And 252 all in here, guys, to the flag. Should not be a problem.
Over at the 15th, this is Sean Lehman, short range for birdie.
He's been making some putts today.
Another one is in. Walks that one in. Lehman's on a roll here.
Yep. It was a 4-team race. Now, got to count the Lehmans in there, especially with 18.
Well, they've got just 3 holes left, so that's the tough thing. They're running out of holes with these rest of these teams. A lot more golf left. 17.
And this was just a moment ago. Nelly Korda with a lengthy putt for birdie across the green here at the par 3. An aggressive effort. Back to 14.
And Matthew Faldo for birdie. Sir Nick right behind looking on. Think Nick is doing any commentating on his son's game? Maybe not.
Probably leave that one alone.
Right.
He'll save that for the Christmas dinner.
Nick heading up to his new place up in Montana. He loves it up there. Says he's going to spend more and more time up there. Fly fishing, skiing, all sorts of great things. Tiger waiting for the green to clear. That's where the Faldos are.
Interesting when Faldo was asked after his round yesterday that, do you feel like you missed the game? He said, we always miss the game. All these great champions miss the game, but he said, I had a good run. I had 20 to 25 years of some great play. Obviously, he wins 6 majors. So he said there are no regrets.
Yeah, he said all of us wish we could maybe just have a couple more years of that youth.
But he also mentioned that changing the putter grip has kind of given him some new life. You saw there he went with that claw. Take the right hand out of the stroke, where I think we all suffer with.
So with that green getting ready to clear for Tiger, we shift back over to the Thomases.
And as has always been the case, Mike putting first. Knocking it right in. So they take advantage of the par 3. They're 22 under. We go to 14.
Here we go with Tiger, 252.
That was a 5-wood. I don't think he got all of it. See if it just gets a good hop.
Just short, Noda, but in good shape.
Yep.
Right in front. So they'll be playing from Dad's position there.
Tiger could chip that one in. That's pretty flat. Now look at this right down on plane. Beautiful release there. Boy, threw that straight up in the air.
Back over to 13.
And John Daly II, ready to hit his tee shot.
Going to try to take it across the corner, ever aggressive.
Leaning, that's probably out to the right a little bit. Yeah, but fine.
Yeah, that'd be in good shape.
All right, so the Cinks will play from the same tee, and John Daly will play from a tee a little farther forward, so might have some sort of advantage. Discussion here about the line that needs to be taken, and it clearly has to be up and over the trees with this tee moved forward. It's going to be right in that area right there.
Well, certainly depending on where this one ends up, the next one, that will take some decision making.
That one started left.
And that clipped a tree.
Yep, and it appeared to fall straight down, and that is a red penalty area along the left-hand side of the hole there. So, an interesting decision now. Well, he's going to stay aggressive.
Okay. You know, I mean, you can hit an iron off the tee here. And you still only have a wedge.
Correct.
To get it on the green is from the tee with the drivers. Not good odds.
No, we haven't seen anybody do it yet. Greenside bunker is about the best we've seen. Started right. If it turns, it should be okay. A little farther right than John Daly II's, but it should be okay. We go to 18.
Furyks finishing up here at the par 5. Jim, hoping that he doesn't have to back up Tanner with a putt. Tanner takes care of business. Second time Jim has teamed up with his son Tanner. He's played with his father Mike in this event. Back to 13.
And that's 55-year-old John Daly giving it a rip.
You knew that he wasn't going to lay up.
Yeah.
It's off to the right a little bit, but that's fine too.
Okay. So everybody in good shape there at the short par 4. Up to 14.
This was earlier, the second for Matt Kuchar. And Tiger and Charlie up there just short of the screen in 2. And Cooch giving us a ride all the way in. So it'll be an eagle attempt for Henry Cameron.
See that flag? The wind is picking up. This is straight down wind here on this par 5.
Look at this run, 7 in a row. You'd think for sure it's going to be 8 in a row. They're just staring down the stick here, Jake. Young Charlie's going to be the first.
Remember yesterday on 18 when Team Woods missed the green to the right and they both hit these little chips and they both hit it to about 2 feet. I think this is a chance for one of these two to make this shot.
Oh yeah, definitely makeable, Noda.
It is. I would love to see a little less loft here. They're going right back into the teeth of grain, sloped right back into them, so it's going to stop pretty quickly. So going to have to carry this, you know, a little further than you think into this green here.
Gave it plenty.
Yeah, definitely gave that a run. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the ball getting past the hole, especially when you got Tiger coming in, who will most likely get this inside 3 feet.
I think he wanted to make sure he showed his dad the line at the very least, but as you pointed out, Noda, back into the teeth of the grain, you're going to have to give that thing a little bit more oomph.
Kind of like that. So that should be no problem for 8 birdies in a row. Team Woods is going to move up just a little bit further to 22 under par. Lead right now 23 under by the Dailies. High above the Ritz-Carlton Golf Club, and aerial coverage provided by Waystar on a journey to transform healthcare payments. Dailies by 1 over the Thomases and the Cinks. Woods are gonna make a birdie here just from short range here. Ooh, so Tiger's got to make sure he takes care of business here.
Something tells me he will. The way he's been putting today, yeah. You've seen this a couple of times today.
Well, you can just see how much Charlie cares. He's so down on himself. It's like, it's okay.
All right.
We got you.
I'm going to pick you up here, bud.
I'm with you. Santa's coming in a week or so.
I haven't missed one of these since I was your age.
And he didn't miss many back then.
So another birdie, 8 in a row. The Woods keep coming. 4 holes left. These next 3 holes with a par 5 18th are going to tell the tale for Team Woods and the rest of these groups.
Yeah, and here's the par 3 17th, Dan. This just earlier. Bubba Watson, lengthy putt for a 2. That one finds the hole.
Gary, isn't it great to have watched this group, the two greatest ball strikers, artists in the game, Lee Trevino and Bubba Watson? Boy, there's more curb on those balls.
All right, and then Mark O'Meara followed up with this lengthy putt, and it finds the bottom of the cup. So just 3 birdies recorded so far at 17 today, 2 in that one group. We go back over to 13, second shot for Reagan. Cink. To play off the pine straw, have to maintain the same condition as to where the tee shot ended up. And that nicely done.
It's really good.
Up to 18.
Just earlier, third shot at the par 5. Nick and Greg Price finishing up. Dad trying to show son how it's done. Back-to-back player of the year. Nick was the best in the business. #1 in the world. And another example. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas from the Prices. That's my dad. And he's good. Really good. Beautiful stuff.
You almost knocked him over.
Greg, Nick Price's first child. He was born on August 9th, 1991. It was the second day of the PGA Championship at Crooked Strike. Remember, Nick withdrew from that tournament that week, allowed a guy by the name of John Daly to get into the field, and Daly would go on to win the PGA Championship.
Speaking of John, yeah, here he is at 13, running in another putt. So Daly's now to 24 under par.
Remember when Daly used Nick Price's caddy, Squeaky? Yeah.
Yep, sure did.
Yep, he was set to carry Price's bag. Just can't make that story up. Incredible stuff. 15. Tiger off the tee.
Oh, yes.
This is a 472-yard par 4. We were saying that these 3 holes, 15, 16, 17, they are tough. Certainly much more demanding in this format than the rest of the holes. Tiger delivers a beauty.
All right, back here at 13, Reagan Cink trying to make this putt down the hill for birdie to stay in touch, and they do. 23 under par, just 1 back of the Dailies.
Let's go, hey.
Up to 18.
Well, Dad, Rich Beam, the PGA Championship from 19 years ago, hit a good one in here with his second. So Michael Beam lined up for eagle. It's an eagle finish for the Beams in their first foray into the PNC Championship. Michael, 18 years old, oldest of Rich Beam's 2 children. They got in when the Goosens were forced to withdraw, and they have loved every second of it. Back over at the hole here with the Woods at 15. Charlie from some 72 yards closer.
Good, bud.
Looks like he put it right on his dad's drive.
Boy, he pounded that one. And Charlie's up there just along the sand as the Woods try to keep the pressure on 2 back.
Way to walk it in.
Well, Lee Trevino trying to make it back-to-back days of reaching the par 5 18th and 2 on his shots.
No, come left.
Thread the needle.
Oh, left.
Carried it there.
There we go again.
Wow.
Lee knows how to come home.
Said it yesterday, the greatest storyteller in the history
Not even
of golf.
close.
Not even close.
And you've heard a few, Jay.
Yeah.
Including your own.
Well, from him. Take a back seat to that guy.
The Kuchers back at 15, contemplating their next shot. They are away. And Noda, are they going to use Charlie or Tiger's tee shot?
They used Tiger's tee shot.
Okay.
Just a little bit further ahead of Charlie's, but pretty good. Couple pretty good tee shots off this tee box here.
A little behind us and a little to the right.
Now Cameron just trying to work through his final yardages.
Maybe going a little left.
I mean, just when I saw him set up, it looked exactly like Matt. You know, nice lazy long arms just settling in over the ball. Very athletic motion. You can see his rotation through the impact zone is very similar to Matt's pre-shot routine.
Yeah, it seems like he's grown a foot since last year.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I know the hair has grown at least a foot.
6 inches.
He's got a great head of hair there.
Speaking from a guy that knows one.
Go.
Back over at 14, par 5, third shot for the Thomases. Still lurking a couple back. Justin will try to improve on that. In his short game, you would think he will. How close can he get it?
Yeah, I just wonder if he's gonna take a less lofted wedge and try to fly it and then run it back there. We've seen him yesterday. We watched him hit some great bunker shots where he flew it all the way back to the flag.
Well, you need all sorts of birdies here to win this tournament. Justin Thomas leads in birdie average in the young PGA Tour season with 6.63 per round. He can be a birdie machine when he's on. Last season he was 9th in birdie average. So this is his kind of tournament where you got to go low, and that one carries way too deep.
You heard him say close.
All right, back to 15, second for the Woods.
Going at it from 134, wind pushing off the right. Another slightly loose iron shot there from Charlie.
Again, working on 8 birdies in a row. And you got to think, Jake, that they got to just keep making them to the house here to have a chance.
Yeah, you got to feel like they need to birdie out, and it's going to take another solid short iron effort from Tiger, but every single one of them since the 6th hole has been very good with these short irons, so just need to replicate, hold something up into this right to left.
Okay. Certainly within range for what could be 9 in a row.
I know he said that he's missing walking down the fairway with his son, but
he'll take
smart.
this.
Yeah, get in the cart.
Okay, Lee Trevino for another eagle.
Do I have that feeling? Let's say he's going to make it. Come on.
Okay, well, last time you said that about Mike Thomas, he
Come on,
oh,
Big
Jake,
Papa.
you're in a slump.
Nah,
Still a good finish for Lee. Little tap in birdie for he and son Daniel, who's now 31 years old. I mean,
Lee deserved that.
Young Daniel was a teenager when he first started in this thing. This is his 13th appearance. Forgot about Daniel backing up here. He's got a chance to get the eagle. And so indeed it will be a finishing birdie for Team Trevino. Tie for 6th a couple of years ago. Tie for 3rd last year was the best finish that they've ever had. But it doesn't matter. You ask Lee what he puts on the calendar first every year. It's this event. played in every single one of them. And you know we'll see him in number 25 next year. No one enjoys it more. Okay, so we're going to do a little flip-flop here. Peter Korda's going to be punting. We're still going to watch his daughter Nellie on Whoop Live to see how much. Well, she looks like she might even be more nervous for Dad. I was talking to Peter earlier today. He was pretty nervous yesterday. Said it reminded him of his major championship tennis days. In fact, he got a hold of his old coach and called him up, and the coach, now 87 years old, kind of gave him some advice, and it really helped Peter Korda calm down. Now Nellie for birdie to get it to 18 under here. And then their inaugural experience here, I'm sure, exceeded their expectations. Peter was so nervous. I mean, it was John Daly we watched win that Open Championship in '95 that kind of inspired him after his tennis days were over to get into it. Then he watched Tiger and he said, wow, these guys are doing something special.
Yeah.
Got hooked on the game of golf, got his daughters, Jessica and Nellie, into it. Now they're on their own, playing at a high level. He spends all of his time teaching his son Sebastian, a rising American tennis star, how to play. This was earlier at the 14th. VJ for Eagle. We thought the Cinks were going to make a run here today, Jake.
Well, they make a run every year. They're going to break through at some point. They're just too good.
Yep. That was just earlier to 18 under. There's not enough circles on the card. Okay, Mike Thomas has already missed his birdie attempt at 14 here. So JT with one last chance.
Yeah. Got to birdie these par fives.
Have to,
scramble
almost have to. So that was a missed opportunity for them. They stay at 22 under. 3 holes left for them. And for birdie, Matt Kuchar at 15, just off the mark.
Yeah, team unable to capitalize there, so they're going to walk off with a 4, which won't help their chances of moving up the leaderboard.
Kuchars are going to stay at 19 under. And the Woods are next.
Yeah, they've taken a long look at this Tiger walking all the way the other side of the hole just to get a sense of what that break is. Coming straight back up. Got to give this a little bit of a hit.
How about it?
9 in a row. And Charlie delivers again.
Who's the best putter in that twosome? We know Dad's pretty good. How about Charlie?
He was frustrated with his putting yesterday, Jake. You know, he was on the practice area last night when the sun was setting. He hit some long shots, then he went over, hit some putts, and boom. And Tiger, in his post-round interview yesterday with Steve Sands, was talking about, you know, in this game, there are no shortcuts. You got to dig it out of the dirt. You got to work. You got to work harder than everybody else, and then let it flow on the days that matter. And today, that's what we've seen from Charlie. How impressive has he been? So they keep themselves with a chance with 3 holes left. And he heads up to that teeing ground at the 16th. Dad will be teeing off, if necessary, from 415. Charlie 345.
Well, as you said, this is the key. 14, need to birdie there. 15, 16, 17. And the Woods just got one right there at 15.
Tiger also remarking yesterday that the more tournaments that young Charlie plays in, the more comfortable he gets. And he has ramped up his little junior schedule.
We've got to get him into the drive, chip, and putt. What do you think? I think he'd be pretty good in that.
Yeah, Dad's had a little success on that Augusta grass. He did win his age group, the U.S. Kids Championship, back in 2020. Hammock Creek Golf Club in Palm City, Florida. Tiger was at that tournament. He goes to most of them. Look at that card. So here's Tiger up that teen ground again, Noda, from 415.
Yeah, where Charlie's ball does end up, the landing area, the water does come in play up the right. So I think Tiger just wants to get something out there, a little conservative, maybe down the left center. He'll probably hit just kind of a penetrating cut here, just more of a position shot to give Charlie the green light.
Tiger kind of leaning on that leg again.
Yeah.
He's asking a lot of it today.
He's been going at a lot of tee shots, a lot of fairway woods, going at, I won't say full speed, but close to.
Pushing it more than he ever has. Adrenaline flowing. Son Charlie wants to win this so bad.
Watch the shoulder turn coming through, because that's where he has to really focus on getting through. That was pretty good. I think it was a bit of a miss hit maybe on the neck, but the ball's in the fairway.
Over at the 14th, the Cinks have missed the green with their seconds, and now John Daly firing. He and John Daly II lead this championship, and John Daly.
What a bounce.
Santa.
Putting the Dailies in eagle position.
Hey, must be
That was just earlier. Can John II improve on it?
Oh, yeah.
From 207, this one leaking right.
So Dad better use his shot, and the Dailies have a chance to push it to 26 under. That would be huge and put them in the driver's seat coming home to win this thing. Now Charlie up at the 16th. Again, 345 yards. And there's our top tracer technology powered by Top Golf.
Well, we've seen that before. Just right down the middle.
Let's send you down to Steve Sands.
Dan, thank you. With the court is Peter and his daughter Nellie, the #1 player in the world. You've done so many things in your career in such a short time. How would you describe what this experience is like?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Got to see him make a couple birdies here and there, and I think we're going to cherish this for the rest of our lives.
Peter, you've got a lot of things on your resume as well, including a major championship at the Australian Open, and your children have had such great success. What's it like to share in that experience as opposed to just watching from outside the ropes?
Was very difficult. I was nervous. I'm not gonna hide it. Especially yesterday. Before I went around, I called my old coach Tony Picard and asking him not for advice, just to calm me down. But it's
didn't know this.
It's was great experience. I'm not. I enjoy every moment of it. It's easier walk outside, outside the ropes, which I believe I belong. But if we will have one more, chance in the future, I would love to do it again, because it's. Just being with Nelly, what she's bringing to the women's sport and women's golf. Just myself, to be a little part of it. What can I ask?
You're more than just a little part of it. It's a cool perspective to hear that from a father. Nelly, we have to go back to yesterday. You had a chance to meet Tiger Woods for the first time, and
Yes.
I've been around you a bunch in 2021. I'm not sure I've ever seen you that excited.
No.
What was that like for you?
I think I turned a little red too.
How cool
I'm
was
maybe
that?
turning red right now. I saw it blow up on social media, but no, I got to meet an idol of mine growing up. I met him at the dinner the night prior, but it's been such a cool experience. I got to talk to him a little on the putting green before I went out today, and I was just starstruck. And it's really cool what he's done for the game and what he's continuously doing, and I just appreciate him more because he's just such a nice human being to me as well.
We are so glad that you guys had a great experience this week. Thank you for the time. As always, the #1 player in the world, in awe of Tiger Woods. How about that?
All right. One more time for John Daly II to back that up. Talked about it yesterday, how growing up, he says, yep, I've got PGA Tour length. I have that ability, talent. It's the short game that I worked on constantly growing up with his dad. His dad said, you would get that short game going, you're going to do just fine. Little pitches, little wedges, putts.
Well, he's been money so many times. Following Dad, see if he steps up to the moment.
I think it's an interesting point you made, Roger, about he's so meticulous through his pre-shot routine. Calms him down.
And it kind of eliminates extraneous thoughts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Gotta hit it. Gotta hit it.
So they settle for birdie. Still moved to 25 under, but that leaves the door open just a little bit more for the rest of the teams to catch him. They've got that tough stretch coming up here. 15, 16,
Yeah, starting
17.
right now.
Yeah.
Neither Stewart or Reagan hit particularly good chips from behind the green.
Good.
Well, they've got a good 8-9 feet left here.
Reagan's been pretty good from this distance this weekend, so.
He's played very well.
I pulled it.
And a par here for them.
a good read, though.
Jake, would be very tough to recover. Would leave them at 23 under. 2 back in the Dailies. Got to stay within 1, you would think, with just 4 holes left. In the meantime, back up to 16. Tiger and Charlie getting ready for the approaches.
Yeah, they just watched the Kuchars find the penalty area with their second shot, so Kuchar's not in a great spot now, but Charlie with a great angle here to this back right hole location. Just got to get back there. He's trying to cut it in there just a bit. What a shot.
I mean, that had some height on it.
I was just going to say, this is a very difficult pin to go attack. And look at what he just does. Hits it about 4 feet.
Well, he cuts it in there. He hits the shot required that his dad has been hitting for decades.
Get a little left. How about Char? Shot. Swing, Kyle.
So they're going to have that. Maybe Dad can improve on that. I doubt it, but we'll see.
I think he needs to.
Okay, Charlie, we're going with yours.
Char.
They've got 9 birdies in a row, the longest birdie streak of any team this week by 2 holes. And so they'll have that for 10 in a row. Back to 14. I think it's a must make here for Stewart.
Yeah, it is.
That hurts. Par at a par 5. In this format, you take a step back. The trophy here at the PNC is a replica of the original Open Championship belt. All of these tandems have had a chance to put on through the years and take home as the winner of this championship. The original red leather belt, embellished with that sterling silver, became the permanent possession of young Tom Morris after he won his 3rd consecutive Open in 1870. Open wasn't played again until 1872 when that new trophy, the Claret Jug, was put into effect. And so the Willie Park Trophy given to the winners here at the PNC Championship. Thomases took home the belts last year and wore them over to Tiger's house for dinner.
Tiger wants to
win
his own.
That's right. Over at the 15th, Mike Thomas has already missed for birdie, so Justin Thomas with one last look here. Thomas is running out of holes as well and opportunities.
The other way, went this way, didn't it?
So they're going to have to settle for a par, remain at 22 under. Not quite the red hot Sunday they had last year here, when they shot that 57. Over at the 16th, what's going on with the Kuchars, Noda?
Well, you're wondering why they're digging around in this weeded water area here as they're trying to locate Matt's ball. They have found it. Now Cameron's ball is long and left, but I think Matt feels like this would be even an easier chip because they do get a 1 club length from where the ball actually sits, so they can take it out of the big bush there.
Cameron almost took a header.
And then do their best to get up and down, so they obviously feel like this is a better angle than where Cameron's ball is sitting long and left of the hole.
Messier angle. right, just up on top there. Back at 15. Vijay Singh over this one for birdie. Singh started the day 2 back at the Cinks. A lot of people thought this might be the year. Nice putt there by Dad. Back to 16.
So now he's going to get down in there, try and find the cleanest lie he can. This is all within the format of the way the rules are stipulated this week.
Tiger and Charlie are waiting their opportunity after Charlie's spectacular approach.
No, it's pretty safe in a scramble format that you don't think you're going to be in the water at all. So you go ahead and wear the white pants.
I was going to say, not the proper wardrobe choice for this shot, but he's okay.
Good.
Whoa.
That was a nice effort there.
The greatest water shot, though, in the history of golf. Bill Haas at the Tour Championship in the playoff.
All right, over here at 17, Jordan Player, the grandson of Gary Player, with this bunker shot. And I bet he's had a few lessons from his granddad, don't you think, Peter?
I would imagine.
One of the greatest bunker players ever in the history of the game.
I bet your granddad said, you should have made that, my son.
It's in the South African genes, right? Okay, so Tiger and Charlie going through the routine here.
The Kuchars are still out by a good 3 or 4 feet. The Woods only have maybe 3.5 feet, so.
And while they continue to look that over, back to 17.
All right, let's see if Gary can outdo the grandson here.
That's a tall order.
Yes, it would take a lot. Pretty darn good.
That's impressive. Gary Player, one of the most impressive men in golf.
All right, back to 15.
And the Cinks.
Good?
Yeah, they've driven it in absolutely wonderful position. They're well back of the Dailies, but over here just in front of this fairway bunker on the right gives them a great angle. 146 to the hole. They need birdie badly.
Go. Stabby. Get back there. Yeah.
Back up to 16. Kuchars have made the par. This for 10 in a row. Well, I haven't said it in a while, Jake, but expect anything different?
Yeah.
That was just drilled again.
Not with char, rhymes with star.
Look at this. 10 in a row. Within 1. They've got the par 3 17th coming up, where everybody plays from 169, and then the par 5 18th to end it. So you don't know how the Dailies are going to finish this thing off. They're in this tough stretch of the golf course at 15. And this was just earlier at that par 4. Stewart Cink from 146. He's all over it. So the Cinks still battling, and now we're live with John Daly, Raj.
Yeah, 110. He hit a big tee shot here.
Go.
It's to stand there and wants it to get up on a good line, just right in the hole.
John Daly has awakened a little bit, comes up a little short, backs up.
I hit a 54. It's perfect.
But the Dailies have made 6 birdies in a row. JD2 has a chance to get inside Dad here and give him a chance to get to 26 under. 25 under won the tournament last year. They're already at that number.
Yeah, this young man, the more I watch him, the more impressed I get. He's a gamer. You can tell he loves the competition.
Tournament record is 26 under. That should be eclipsed. No problem.
Needs to get down.
Bring it back a little. All right. It's a little closer than Dad's. So they'll most likely play from JD2's position in an effort to make 7 in a row. And over to 17.
And there's a good look at the hole location. Front left portion of the green, and with the wind coming from the left, twos have been hard to come by here. Just 3 birdies have been made so far today.
Yeah, that's an awfully stingy hole location there, Gary, just because if you want to get it close, you have to draw it, but if you overcook it, it is going in the penalty area. Charlie can hit a little bit of a draw with his irons.
Look at this. He's got it right on line if it's far enough. Oh, what a shot! Unbelievable! That's the best we've seen here so far today.
Like I said, who's teaching who in this team?
I mean, has anybody squeezed the ball between the left side of the green and the pin?
No.
I don't know if you're watching the NFL today, but you better tune over to this finish. You might be missing something really special, Gary.
It's clearly the best shot we have seen here at 17. And remember, everybody is playing from the same tees on this par 3.
And oh, by the way, the tournament's on the line.
Yeah, and at 169, Tiger's opted for a 6-iron. He can now try and just turn this down and hold it into the wind.
Well, he's got the low part, but not the turn.
Hey, Dad, why don't you pick yours up?
Yeah, let's just pick it up. We'll go over to play mine.
Spectacular. That is incredible stuff.
Back to 15.
John Daly. I don't know if he knows what's happening up ahead of him. Charlie in there tied at 17. This for birdie.
Well, there haven't been any scoreboards for him to look at, so I'm not sure they would know.
You know, you're right, Raj, because last year the Cinks had no idea where they were. They thought they were going to win the tournament and didn't realize they were going to have to make eagle at the last. So it is a bit of a guessing game unless somebody tells them. Little Carl up at 18 to finish it off. No problem. Youngest player in the history of the event. Playing with Henrik for the very first time. 63 for the Stensons. Hey, don't leave me hanging. There you go. All right, back over at 15. Yeah, here we go again, Raj. The backup kid.
Yeah. First team kid. He just happens to be playing second. He's got a nice putting stroke. I was surprised he was a little timid with the last one. But I wouldn't expect that again.
This is huge and determining, especially with the woods tight at 17 and the outcome of this tournament. And you could say the woods dodged one there.
Yeah, you've got to think that the Woods are going to birdie 17 and more than likely will birdie 18, so that's going to bring them in at 26.
Yep, if they made that, that could have made it really tough on the Woods, but no.
And that's 2 in a row. They had that makeable eagle back at 14 and then that one for birdie at 15.
In the meantime, the Cinks just trying to claw their way back into this thing. Birdie attempt from short range. Reagan tries first to get it to 24 under.
Yeah, this putt is massive for them.
Yep.
Really kind of got to go. Got to make it.
Reagan's made a bunch of these today from about this range. Got another one right in the heart. So the Cinks with another birdie, 24 under. And they are tied for second with Tiger and Charlie, but they have a chance for 11 in a row. And Charlie has delivered when Dad hasn't in clutch situations on numerous occasions. Water on the left, no problem. We go right at it. PNC Championship on the line. And a club twirl for a little exclamation mark. Dad, there you go. That's what they all came for, to see me hit shots like that.
Back here at 17, birdie putt for Charlie Woods. Wow, how about that, young man? Tee shot, putt, make the 2 yourself, get tied for the lead, 11 birdies in a row. Absolutely incredible stuff.
It's crazy. Look at that. Look at that card. Remember we talked at 4, 5, and 6, Gary, that, maybe
Right.
the Woods kind of run out of gas.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't think so.
Tiger, you know, to see the smile on his face.
Oh, he's the proudest guy here. He's having more fun than all of us watching Charlie do that.
Well, while we're in commercial, guys, how about the putt by Cameron Kuchar here at 17?
The kids are taking over.
Yes, they are. They are stealing the show. And Tiger likes it. Yeah, there you go. Way to go, Cameron.
Just to see Tiger and the look on his face, doesn't matter if they win this or not. Certainly that is the quest, but just to see him enjoy himself at a golf tournament again and throws a competition with his son. It's something that this world thought they might never see.
All the questions about what happened to Tiger 10 months ago. Would he ever be able to walk again, play golf again? And here he is. It's remarkable.
As they head to the par 5 18th, it'll be Tiger from 531. Charlie will be up there again from 465. And we couldn't believe what we saw last year when he was 11, the youngest to ever play in this event. And he was just unfazed by the cameras and the attention. And he's just doubled down this year. Didn't have his best day yesterday, but he's wearing red and black, and it's Championship Sunday. And that's when his dad has delivered on so many occasions. And Charlie has just looked like the mini version of that in this PNC Championship. So he strides up to the tee. There's a bit of a wait here, so they're going to have to hold off a little bit. There's Joey the fourth, Joey LaCava's kid. It's LaCava's and Woods chase this title back at 16. Sings for birdie. This is Cass. Just earlier.
I actually had them pegged as being the eventual champion this morning because they're just so good. And they're knocking on the door here every year at the PNC Championship.
So now we're live with the second to last group. Mike has already missed, so Justin Thomas from short range with a chance to get it to 23 under. So they're coming off a couple disappointing pars, especially that par at the par 5 14th. And that just about takes them out of it. I mean, they would have birdied that, maybe birdie 17 and eagle 18, maybe, but disappointing here for the defending champions. Charlie's still waiting for his moment, along with Frank, the head cover.
So I wonder what order is going to happen for Team Woods. Do you think Charlie will hit first? More than likely. Try to pound it down there. And
sometimes you get, you know, I felt it this week when we've kind of lulled to sleep over what we're seeing here from Tiger. I mean, it's just almost a miracle that he's even here playing golf. After his round yesterday, he told reporters that once he was out of bed for 3 months, where he was confined there, he said he had not missed a single day of working on something, anything, every single day to rehabilitate his body. And he's worked his way back into competition. And what do you know? He's got a chance to win. Back at 16, John Daly with a swipe from 152.
And he's trying to knock it down. It's on a pretty good line right
Oh,
here.
good line, Raj. John Daly.
well, that's going to take them to 26 under.
Yep. It's going to tie the tournament record with 2 holes left for the Dailies. So maybe John Daly II, the only way he can improve on that is jar it, Raj.
Well, I'm sure he's very happy where his father is right now. Competitor or no, it's always good to see your partner up there stiff. And he takes it up much higher.
No matter, it's going to be a birdie for the Dailies in there tight. That'll bring them to 26 under with a couple of holes left. They're in the final group with the Cinks.
And they put a guy out of the stand.
And we go up to 18.
Like halfway on the wall, and this guy's around the corner.
Just think that he's
Tiger and Matt Kuchar having a
And
laugh.
this guy catches everybody.
Yeah, he's looking over to the tee, looking and pointing in Charlie's direction.
Yeah.
Charlie got the signal. Now he's putting the peg in the ground.
I think from that up tee, if Charlie hits a good one like we've been seeing all weekend, I don't think Tiger can get it past him, can he?
Well, Tiger's been trying to hit it up the right side. There's a little downslope just past the bunker. Trying to hit a little draw and use that downslope a little bit.
You think he's got any idea of how big a deal this is? He just doesn't look like it at all.
No, he just...
when you're 12 years old, Nona, I guess that's kind of how you operate, right?
He's so comfortable right now in the moment.
Just drills another one.
Yeah, I don't think Tiger's going to hit. He'll say, thumbs up, young man.
Well, Tiger's putting the peg in the ground, so yeah, I think he's, yeah. And like I said, I just think, you know, he wants to try and turn one down a little bit. If he doesn't pull it off, no big deal. They got a really good drive out there anyway.
He's some 60-plus yards back.
Ripped.
Another good one by Dad. Skirts the bunker.
He did exactly what Noda said. Tried to hit a hook off that downslope.
Team Woods trying to finish off this championship in style at the 18th.
Way on the toe.
If you're just joining us, Tiger Woods and Charlie Woods in the thick of this PNC Championship. Good drives by both of them at the par 5 18th, with the Dailies in great shape at 16 with a birdie imminent. It would appear that they've got to have an eagle here, Jake.
Yeah, the Dailies have that tap in back at 16 to take them to 26. So I would imagine that their Dailies will birdie 18. They can both reach it, but you never know.
Yep,
so.
you don't know. That's just the likely scenario right now for young Charlie and Tiger is to get an eagle here. And we go back to the Cinks at 16, Raj.
Yeah, chip shot here for birdie. Reagan put his second into the water. Stewart kind of bailed one out to the right, so I think got work left for par there. Dad's got to hit a better one than that.
Stewart trying to win this championship for the second time. And his other son here, Reagan. It looks like they're running out of holes. The players for Eagle at the 18th. Jordan, his grandson, dropping it home.
Great start yesterday, 62, and they had a fast start today on the front 9. Slowed down a bit on the back, but still great way to finish.
Oldest player in the field. And back over to 16 for Stewart. There we go. And it's going to be a par. And at this stage of the game, not good enough. Stay at 24 under, and now live with John Daly here. Beautiful approach shot in here for birdie to get to 26 under. And they tied the championship record with a couple of holes left. And so the Woods are at 18 at 25 under. And you would think with 17 a par 3, if you give them a par there, they've still got the par 5 18th, which has been given up birdies by the dozens. We'll see though. Sir Nick Faldo over at the 18th for birdie. And the Woods waiting for the green to clear.
Yeah, we just need to send a message down to Charlie and say we need more heroics. Charlie, right here. Hit it close, make eagle. Thank you very much.
Well, you don't think that after all of the highlight reels that Charlie has seen at Dad, that he just thinks anything's possible and this is just kind of the way it goes?
Yeah, that's his dad. He's just trying to be like his dad.
That's how we roll, right? It's just amazing stuff, how poised he has been.
Mini me. All right, Nick.
Just to elaborate on that point, Charlie was born in February of 2009 as the Faldos wrap up another PNC Championship, the 68. His dad had 65 PGA Tour victories and had won 14 majors. So again, the large part of all that winning had already taken place, but he has grown up now 12 years old and has seen enough.
And Dan, you know that because Charlie loves the game so much, that's going to bring Tiger along. I think we're going to have a chance to see Tiger play well into his 50s.
Back at 17.
Justin Thomas, birdie putt. Father Mike has already missed. And finally one gets to go, but boy, what a sluggish back 9 for them after being out in 7 under par, 29 on the front. Just too little, too late. Let's go back to 18.
I was going to say, you know, since Charlie's birth, Tiger's won 17 PGA Tour events. That one major, that miraculous major at the Masters where he met Charlie and Sam after it was over. Just an unbelievable moment there. So Charlie has seen it in person enough to know what he's dealing with here. Now the Kuchar's going to go first here. 260 away, Cameron.
Yeah, 233 to cover that front edge. Lost this out to the right. Depends on the kick though, but still might have a chance to get up and down.
Yeah, it rolled to a flat lie, so as good as they are with their wedges, they could spin something in close.
This should set up pretty well for Matt. He likes to hit that little left to right penetrating cut into the wind. It is coming into the face off the right, so it should suit his eye.
Well, they like this one.
All right, not a bad position. Chipping straight up that hill.
Kuchar sitting at 20 under right now. And the stage is clear for Charlie and Tiger.
And the operative number for here for Charlie is 210 to the front. He cannot cover that, but he's got to roll it through the opening between the two bunkers.
Hear the groan from the crowd at 18.
How many big moments has Tiger been in 18 in his career?
And we've seen him make a couple nice long iron swings thus far over the last couple of days, but that's going to take every bit of talent that he has. Starting up the right part of the green and just hanging there.
Now it skips over the bunker and is just going to trickle down the slope.
That's not bad.
No, it's not. Not a terrible position. Similar for the Kuchars over there.
It's kind of where the Woods team was yesterday with that little pitch.
And makeable. Certainly you would think for sure they're going to get a birdie out of it to get to 26 under. Back at 17, the Dailies.
And on the tee, John Sr. See what he can do. Yeah, that's got to be to the right. Held on to that. Well, safely on.
Yeah.
Which avoids the water. Well, we're down to just 3 players. If one were to make a hole-in-one here at 17, they would win the new Cadillac Escalade 4-wheel drive Sport Platinum. John the second. Trying to turn it against the wind, but the way he's leaning, Peter, I don't think he did it.
That's a scary pin location.
It is when you got the lead, that's for sure. But so the Woods with an eagle opportunity of a chip in there at 18.
So hard to hold it up there, isn't it?
Tiger and Charlie Woods have made 11 birdies in a row. It's the longest birdie streak of any team this week. It's the longest birdie streak in championship history. The previous best 10 in a row by Hale and Steve Irwin 20 years ago. But on their minds right now is figuring out a way to make this.
Well, it's going to be 12 in a row unless they make an eagle, because they are licking their chops right here. As good as Tiger is around the game, around the greens, seems like Charlie is as well.
And what Charlie has going in his favor, he's been very aggressive on these little pitch shots the entire weekend. And Jake, if you were to set up a circumstance around a chip that you could knock down, this would be it. Beautiful uphill lie, pretty flat spot where the hole's cut, so very makeable.
The way Charlie wanted.
Be the.
But it was aggressive.
I was going to say.
I mean, look at this on the fly. Had it caught the stick, it might have had a chance. Okay. That scared the hole as well. Now they're a ways away for birdie.
Maybe they were just thinking, let's make it, not worry about the birdie because there was a foregone conclusion. But this was a beautiful shot. Just didn't have the spin.
That came close as well. But it had a lot on it. And now they've got some work left to come back for the birdie to make it 12 in a row and get in at 26 under. This was John Daly at 17.
While Tiger was chipping. This is all about the speed across the green, down the hill at the hole, so that it'll run by if you're not careful. All right, so now live, John the second, and as we've seen all week long, Raj going through his complete routine.
Absolutely an unlikely putt to hole, Gary, but you know, he saw the pace of Dad's putt as it got by the hole, so I think a little more attention to pace on this one.
And that needs to stretch a little bit. Well,
oh boy, they're going to have a nervous length one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
No matter which one they choose. Up to 18.
Kuchars for birdie. Remember, they were down the slope there in 2. They're up here with their 3rd, so Cameron with a miss. Matt with one last chance to get in at 21 under.
Yeah, neither one of them hit a very good chip shot. Cameron hit it well past, and Cooch just caught a little bit too much turf, came up just a fraction short. So see if he can pick the team up here and finish on a good note.
Look at that arm lock up the right arm. We were talking about it earlier.
Are we going to see that stay in the game of golf?
Well, he's been using it all year. He loves it.
Well, he's using it. I'm talking about rules change. That's just speculation.
I see.
Yeah. So a par there for the Kuchars. So pars are not out of the question for sure at 18. It can be tricky if you don't get in the right position. So coming back for birdie. And again, they've got no idea what's happening back at 17. The Daly's a little length away for a par. But this for 12 in a row to tie the Dailies. And seemingly every time Charlie has missed and put it all on Dad, Tiger's come through. It's really been a team effort, Jake. I mean,
it has.
Charlie has played so well when Tigers needed him and vice versa.
Well, I said it was going to be 12 in a row, so I'm calling this a make. Who would have thought Tiger Woods back on the 18th green, putting to tie the lead? I'm stunned.
We didn't see that coming, and neither did Team Woods. Settling for par at the 18th. After 11 birdies in a row, you'd think,
Yeah,
wow,
and
it's
this
just a done deal in a par 5.
Yeah, with an iron, 18th hole. Yeah.
But still, hard to describe what we have seen this week. Impossible.
Something magical, really.
Just to get here And then to be in contention, never would have guessed it in a million years.
Good work, Val. Good work. Awesome day. Great to see you, buddy. Enjoy the Christmas.
And so the comeback has officially begun. And you can see the disappointment on Tiger's face. Par 18 has opened the door wide for the Dailies, but while that was happening, this was John Daly.
So nervous length, as we documented. Need to get one of them in. And John does. So they will head to the 18th at 26 under par and looking good.
So Tiger and Charlie in the books with a finishing par and a round of 57, even with the par at the last. Justin Thomas, second shot at the par 5 18th, coming off the birdie for he and Mike at 17 to get to 23 under. Justin bringing it in there.
You heard him say, you kind of like that, Bones?
There's a little competition within the competition. You bet the Thomases and the Woods have a little something on this. Tiger and Charlie in at 25 under. Thomases need to eagle the 18th to match that number. By the way, how about Tiger and Charlie shooting 57, one off the tournament 18-hole record? Back on the tee, John Daly II.
Important tee shot here to make a stress-free hole, and this is piped right down the middle.
Yep.
That'll make Dad breathe easier.
Yep, a par will put it away, Raj, on this par 5.
Yeah, off the right and a little in.
But the Cinks can make an eagle to get to the same 2600 number, so you don't want to count them out of it, but that's what you would think John Daly and John Daly II need. Saw an eagle earlier in the day by Gary and Jordan Player.
I love the way that Reagan Cink make those two hard practice swings. I wish I had that speed that he has in his practice swing on my real swing.
And we did see two other eagles by the Prices and the Beans earlier. Other than that, nothing better than birdies. That one's sailing left, right from the start.
That ball.
That's what Dad didn't want to see.
Yeah, no.
That just puts a whole lot more pressure on your tee shot. That's what John Daly didn't want to see, and 2 came through.
Yeah, especially when you got to have an eagle.
The bail to right.
Yep, the reaction to what happened to Reagan.
Might have some tree trouble over there, but don't forget they get to move it a club length.
And John Daly getting ready to peg it in the ground. John at 55 years old gets that little break in the tees.
Yeah, and after watching his son pound it, you know that he's really going to let loose on this one.
Well, after the turn, he found a little something. He had a little more energy on this backside. He's popped some driver.
He's 30 yards up from the back tees.
Yep.
He pops that out there in great shape. As we send you back down to Steve Sands.
Dan, how's 11 in a row sound? 11 birdies in a row for you and Charlie. You were just saying how much fun it was. When you're in a zone like that, even though you have somebody with you like Charlie, what's that like?
Well, we thought we probably going to have to birdie every hole in that back 9, or if not 8 out of 9, to have a chance. And it turned out to be that way. You know, got to the last hole, and we were on a run, and it was like, hey, even though we're on a run, we still needed maybe 3 to maybe get into a playoff or make it interesting for the Dailies back there. But man, what a blast it was. I mean, playing with Cooch and his son, Cam, and we just had a blast all day.
It's such a fine line, Tiger, as you know from last year with Charlie, as to whether or not you're having fun out here, and then the competitive mode kicks in when you actually look up at the board and you have a chance. So did anything change for you guys after you got on that little bit of a run?
No,
or were you still
it was
playing
still
your same game?
no, it was still the same. I mean, we just have to make sure that we had. I told them at the beginning of the day, 18 looks. Okay, well, we're both good putters and we can putt. So if we can have 18 legit looks, we should be able to handle it today. And we got on a run, which was great. I mean, Charlie was hitting the ball unbelievable, made a few putts. And it got interesting and a little tight towards the end, which was fun.
When you were with us on NBC in the booth a couple weeks ago, you said you weren't sure what your expectations would be whenever you put the peg in the ground again.
Yeah.
It ended up being this week. A, what were the last couple of days like for you to get back there and feel the competitive juices again? And B, how would you compare the result to your expectations coming in?
Well, the fact that I had my son there, and he's an unbelievable player and unbelievable partner, and I thought we had a great strategy going in, especially after we played the practice round on Friday, and we got an understanding of where his tee markers are going to be, his length now, what our strategy was going to be. I thought we were going to be in there, and our whole goal was never to make a bogey for the 2 days like we did last year. We made 2. This year we didn't make any.
This putt right here at 18, Tiger, is for Justin Thomas and Mike Thomas to tie you. And I know you guys have a little bit of a family affair going on between the Woods and the Thomases. And now you've got that wry smile, which means you guys are going to clip them by 1. What's that mean to you?
Well, they even though we clipped them this year, they still have the belt. So
true.
But still, the banter's never going to stop between our families. That's a lifetime worth of banter back and forth, and it's always fun.
And that's what it's all about. One last thing.
Yeah.
How much of a different perspective do you have now on life and golf after all you've been through the last almost 10 months now?
Well, I mean, I'm just happy and thankful that I'm able to do this. I still have my own leg, which was, it was questionable there for a while, and it's functioning. And I'm just really tired. I mean, I'm not used to this. I think this might be my 5th round of golf this year, 4th or 5th round of golf this year. I'm a little worn out, and it was nice to have a cart.
Go get some rest. It's well-deserved. Happy holidays to you and the whole family.
You got it, buddy.
All right, Tiger Woods, Dan.
Wow. Still kind of wondering how this all happened, Jake. Back in February when the car crash happened, I mean, to get to this moment here.
Yeah, the anticipation of what he was going to do this weekend was so high, and I think he answered all the questions. He checked all the boxes. Now he has to go back in to rehab and build up that endurance and that strength that he just mentioned. He just doesn't have right now, but something tells me he's going to get it back.
DJ Singh here, looking for a strong finish. So the Cinks will have to wait another year to try to put this away. Cass is 31 years old. I think he first played in this tournament when he was 13. Growing up, matured.
Yeah, he works hard on his game. He's thinking about a PGA Tour professional career for a long time. It looked like he was going to do that.
Still a fine showing by the Cinks, 61 and 62. Playing with the Thomases in that second to last group.
Good to see Mike feeling better today.
Absolutely. Cink's got the rangefinders out, trying to grab a line here from their errant tee shot on the right. Reagan in the water left. Dad went right into the pine needles.
Well, I'm not going to tell you this is ideal, but they found an area on top of a little mound here where they'll have to be in pine straw, but it is preferred lies. They got a club length. They can move the ball, so they have a shot at it.
Got a window.
235 to the hole, yeah.
Yeah.
So it didn't have to be this good.
I'm going to try to find the flattest spot. So
They need an eagle. to have any chance.
Go here, maybe. That was kind of just more sand there. I like your first place. Right there. All this stuff.
And they will give it the full detail. Father and son not only playing in this championship, but a player caddy tandem on the PGA Tour.
And you know John Daly standing in the fairway saying, let's go. He wants to hit.
So it's not my head.
This is when you have to take your mind off that. Kind of get away from it, talk a little bit about something else. Maybe talk about John's new album that's coming out in a couple of weeks. Let the Cinks play and then get back to golf.
Yep. Love it.
By the way, John sent me his album. We've been listening to it a little bit. John's got a pretty good voice. Country music sound.
Here we go, finally with Reagan. And they're 2 behind the Dailies.
God. Pretty good, too. Yeah, I did hit it good. I kind of thought it would hold against the wind.
So now Dad has to try to manufacture some magic off.
I tried to get down in there, and it was still lingering in my head.
This unpredictable surface.
Reagan takes a rip at it. Wow.
In the meantime, picture that tells you a lot about the life of John Daly right there. Waiting on other guys to hit golf shots. He just cannot wait to get after this next one. Again, just a par would win it if the Cinks can't make a 3 here.
See what you got. Yep.
Yeah, this would be a magical shot if he could get it up on the green and give himself, the Cinks, the team, a look at eagle.
Oh, yes. Good shot.
Looking at it like he likes it. It's found that slope. That was a really good shot. So they're just about hole high, looking for a chip in from there.
Yeah, and almost in the same position as we saw Tiger and Charlie.
All right, John Daly now ready to go. Can't wait to deliver this second.
He's locked and loaded with a 4-iron from 220.
Oh, just enough.
And you'd have to think that that assures them of at least a birdie to get to 27 under.
Yeah, that
which would make it a moot point for the Cinks, even if they were able to make an eagle chip in. But you never know. Boy, John has played some good golf coming down the stretch here.
He has. This is a 5-iron for JD2.
Come on, baby. Be right.
Oh, be good.
They love it.
Right.
They love it, Raj.
Why wouldn't they?
Just a little short, but both on the surface in 2.
Kind of makes it easy to make par.
Yeah. Well, Justin Thomas just went over to congratulate Tiger Woods on he and Charlie beating him and his dad. Okay, you got us. You got us by 1, but we'll see you next year. Unbelievable day watching Charlie Woods and Dad Tiger. Never thought we'd see this again. Red and black on a Sunday when it matters at the PNC. Cink's going to play first here at the par 5 with their 3rd. Gotta think it's a must make here with the Dailies on in 2.
It's the kind you can make. You can't be but just over 25 feet from the hole. Just dump it in the fringe here and let it run out.
Way left on me.
Oh, we saw that from Charlie and Tiger.
Oh,
had to be aggressive, but no spin.
Yeah, gunned it.
Yep.
Stewart's 7th appearance in his PNC Championship, 3rd time playing with son Reagan, who's his regular bagman on the PGA Tour. Got a couple of top 10s. Teamed with his son Connor 4 times. They won in their debut 8 years ago, shooting back-to-back 61s to beat the Elkingtons and the Cinks by 3 strokes. And they were right there today for a long time, especially after taking that first round lead yesterday. One last desperate hope for an eagle here.
Pretty good shot.
That sounded a little bit clunky as well.
So the best they can do is 25 under, and the Dailies are sitting at 26 under, on and 2, just a couple putts away from another birdie, bringing them to 27 under. Another thing to take note of, Jake, is we probably thought we'd never see a Daly Tiger duel again. That's exactly what we saw. Remember, Tiger beat John in that World Golf Championship event at Harding Park back in 2005. Daly missed a 3-foot putt for par on the second playoff hole to hand the victory to Tiger. He never won another PGA Tour event again. So that is the 26 under record that is, you would think, about to be eclipsed by John and his son. John nearly rammed it home for an eagle finish. All the trials and tribulations that John Daly has been through in his career and life.
See, John Jr. thought he was calling it.
Broke on the scene 30 years ago of that incredible win at the PGA Championship, added the Open Championship in '95 at St. Andrews. It's been an up and down life and career since. He was treated for bladder cancer just last year, and now has this moment with his son. He won 5 times in the PGA Tour. I mean, he's the most popular player, one of the most popular players the game has ever seen, but he did not do a lot of winning.
With his talent, yeah, he's a man of the people. There's no question about it. Talks to everybody, greets everybody, and one of the most talented players I've ever played with.
So,
well, okay,
a little left here for a closing birdie.
Well, like I said earlier, Peter, there's not a whole lot of layup in the Daly team.
No, there
Just
was
trying to rip them.
Not their style, Raj.
There was no cozying up to the hole on that.
So a birdie putt here for the Cinks to tie the Woods for second at 25 under. And the guys with the matching belt buckles will have to wait for another opportunity to win the belt. Stewart does have one belt with his other son.
Stewart said he only wears that belt buckle this week.
It would be a little much to kind of wear it out, like to a party or function, and say, wow, Stewart, that's a nice belt buckle you got there. The best they can do is a par at the last, and so that means the Woods will have solo second.
The right side of that green at 18.
Thomas is in the Cinks, tie for third, 61 after the opening 59. And John Daly making it official here. Birdie for the Dailies, and they take the 2021 PNC Championship. Tournament record 27 under. And John Daly indeed steps into the winner's circle again. It's been 4 years ago since his last win, his only win on the PGA Tour Champions at the Insperity in 2017. When you get to his age at 55, even though he was in contention real recently for another PGA Tour Champions event. You wonder if you're ever going to get it done again. Well, is it much sweeter getting back into the winner's circle with your son?
Oh, that's got to be the greatest thrill and win that he's ever had in his life. I know he's won majors, but to win this with his son, it's got to top the list.
And to hold off a pretty good name there in the Woods, who finished solo second with their 57. Both those 57s won off the 18-hole record set by the Loves years ago. Justin and Mike Thomas, another good week for them. Champs from last year finishing that tie for third with the Cinks. The Layman's had a good day with the 61, finishing in a tie for fifth with the Cinks. So the Dailies take it. Plenty more to come here from Orlando. Take you down the highlight trail by Tiger and Charlie. If you missed that, you're not going to believe what they did today, as well as some more from the winners in the presentation upcoming as well. Today's coverage has been brought to you by PNC Bank, changing how you handle overdrafts with low cash mode. And a final thanks to our aerial coverage provided by Waystar on a journey to transform healthcare payments, and they're following the U.S. Special Operations Command's Para-Commandos, hailing from MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa, who, as is the tradition, come down to the surface here. The team representing more than 70,000 Special Operations Service members from all branches of the military. And they are spot on in their precision. Talk about a great approach to the 18th. Soft landing. So with that landing safe at the 18th, one more paratrooper to come in.
There we go, Barry.
Oh, he's going to reach in two.
Yeah.
Or in one in this case.
He stopped it close to the flag.
All right, throw those guys safely aboard. What a day it was for Tiger and Charlie. We pick it up right from the start. Tiger for birdie at the first. So quickly off and running. They knew they needed to go low, Jake. Birdie at the first. And then Charlie for birdie at the second.
Yeah, comfortable start. Short holes at 1 and 2. You're reachable 5 and 3, but you still to be able to do something like that.
So a birdie start for Tiger and Charlie. And then things really got ramped up at the par 5 third with this beautiful approach by Tiger. 7-iron from 176.
Yeah, and it answered all the questions about today right at the flag. Look at that shot.
But you got to convert it. And Charlie was up to the challenge. So a birdie eagle start. That's kind of how it was. Pick up the mark. I got it, Dad. They were tied for the lead for the first time as they reached 14 under. They made pars at 4, 5, and 6 before they finally got things going again at the short par 4 7th. Tiger with the second.
Yeah, it was an amazing shot. He just a little spinner from left to right, almost made it.
Just a little tap in there to reach 15 under, and then at the 8th, Charlie is on the money again.
He struggled with that putter yesterday, but boy, he was on it today.
That started the streak of 11 birdies in a row, and they just wouldn't quit. Another one there. Charlie at the 9th.
And you talked about how well they ham and egged it.
Tiger at the 10th. And they were just riding a wave of momentum. That got them to 18 under, but they were just getting started. 95 yards away at the 11th.
Just another cutoff wedge. Trying to spin it in there, and he did.
That gets him to 19 under. And then Charlie at the 12th. When Tiger had a bad tee shot, he picked up the team.
Yeah, he was long left, so Charlie knew the pressure was on, and look at this. He answered the call. That told me something right there.
So Charlie missed the birdie putt. This was huge.
Charlie almost made it, and then Tiger right in the middle.
So that birdie at the 12th brought him to 20 under. They come to the 13th. Charlie for birdie.
I tell you, this kid is calm, cool, and collected. Just, he belongs here.
They combined for 14 birdie and eagle putts. Charlie made 9 of them. And this was Tiger with his third at the par 5 14th.
Just a makeable pitch. We thought that he had a chance to make eagle.
So that put another birdie home. The streak was intact as they came to the 15th.
The tough 15th, one of the best par 4s on the back nine. Take a look at Charlie again.
Crazy stuff by the 12-year-old. So at that point, they're 23 under. They come to 16th. And look at this shot. Left to right shot shape required, Jake.
Yeah, working it toward the water. And he hits it in there about 5 feet, 4 or 5 feet. And it's just spectacular stuff.
So they made the birdie there to bring it to 24 under. And then at the 17th, in the closest shot of the day, delivered by Charlie.
Almost the same type of shot shape, and look at that.
That's when things really got interesting. Because when Charlie made this one to bring the team to 25 under, it was game on. They came to the 18th thinking they were definitely in this championship, but they ended up settling for a par at the 18th. And the Woods finished up at 25 under, again at 57 to match the Dailies, just one off the 18-hole record here at the PNC Championship. So that was a good look at the Tiger and Charlie Woods day. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Dailies and how they put away this 24th PNC Championship, talk to them, and have the presentation for you as well in the highlights. Back here at the PNC, let's show you how the Dailies got it done. And it was John Daly II who had the upper hand yesterday, made a lot of putts, and just continued it at the very first hole today, Jake.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with his short game. We've seen him grow up at this tournament.
He started the day one back at the Cinks, and then at the very next hole, the second for Dad. John delivering a dart. So it was a birdie start for the Dailies to quickly move to 14 under, and right just like that, they had tied the Cinks. This might have been John Daly II's best shot of the week.
Yeah, he's trying to hoist a long iron up over the lip of that bunker from over 200 yards. That was really special.
Second shot of the par 5 third. And so, Dad stepping in for the eagle.
There you go.
Getting it done.
Yeah, John putted better today. Didn't make a lot of putts yesterday. John Daly Jr. was the star yesterday, but today we'll share the highlights.
This was an excellent shot as well by John Daly II.
Yeah, 6 iron. That par 5.
Second there at the 5th. 2-putt birdie from there to keep it rolling. And then a sun for birdie at the 7th.
Yeah, that is a putt we saw a lot of players miss, but he got it right.
That capped off a streak of 3 in a row. They were 7 under through the first 7 holes at that point, and then at the 9th they made the turn out in 28. It was the best 9 delivered for the week by the Dailies, and they had this championship in their sights. At the 10th, this backside today was pretty much all Dad. He had the key shots, the key putts, Jake.
Yeah, he got heated up here, especially with the putter. We know he's a pretty loose and carefree player. He missed a bunch of putts, but he had his son backing him up. But John, it was all Big Papa coming down the stretch.
Birdies at 10 and 11, and then Boss Hog at the 12th with a beautiful tee shot. Led to another birdie. They're on a streak of 4 in a row. And then Dad filling it up.
Yeah, ham and egg.
That's the 13th.
That's the key in this format.
Then, from long range at the par 5 14th, second.
This was something special right here as well, right at it.
What a bounce.
Got a great kick off the front part of that green.
Had a good look at eagle. They settled for a 2-putt birdie. And so the Dailies had brought it to 25 under. They parred the 15th, and then here at the 16th from 152.
Yeah, really creative shot, cut off follow through. Watch this, he almost holds it.
So the theme was Dad the entire back 9 pretty much. And even when they got to the last, it was his birdie putt that put the final birdie on the board. In 36 holes, 2 eagles and 23 birdies for the Dailies. And that establishes the new tournament record by 1 over the Loves from a few years back. Tiger and Charlie We're just a couple away from that. An incredible day. Just a couple moments away from the presentation. John Daly and JD2 coming up.
We are back here on the 18th green with the winners of the PNC Championship, John and John Daly II. Congratulations to you two. Also on the far end, John McGavin from Grand Lakes Resort, and the CFO of PNC is Rob Riley with a special presentation. Rob?
Yeah, hey, thanks, Steve, and thanks to everyone who made the 2021 PNC Championship such a success. On behalf of our 60,000 employees, particularly our new colleagues from BBVA USA, please join me in congratulating John Daly and John Daly II as our champions.
You guys are going to receive the winner's belts.
Willie Park belts. Thank you, brother.
There you go, the Willie Park belts. There you go. You feel like a WWF wrestler, don't you, John, with that belt? I like that. All right, John Daly II. What was the difference this week for you two today to get to the finish line compared to the other years you've tried?
I putted really well. I mean, he didn't put his best like he has over the years, but this year I really showed up on the greens, and luckily we made enough to win.
John, we talked about on Friday during the Pro-Am that you thought you guys would have a chance because the man to your right has really matured in the last few years. So was it because of him that you guys won, or was it a combination of the two?
Yesterday was all him. I mean, I putted so bad yesterday, but I felt like I gave him some better lines today. You know, and I finally hit some decent shots in some of the holes. So we both just played great. He played unbelievable yesterday, and but I played a little better today, so I made him happy. You've won a lot of enormous events in your career, including a couple of major championships. How special is this week? Well, it's family. It's family for everybody, PNC to everybody out here. You know, it's great to see all the families come and watch us play, and it's just one of the highlights of my life forever. I mean, to be able to play in a PGA Tour event with your son and win, it's pretty daggone special, my friend. John, I bet it is. John, as you embark on your career at Arkansas and maybe aspiring one day to play as well as your dad did out on the PGA Tour, how much can a week like this help you moving forward?
It's a big confidence booster for sure, just making the putts under pressure, hitting shots under pressure, and I mean, just being here, it's just always fun. And yeah.
That's cool. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
The winners, the Dailies. Congratulations. Dan, let's go back up to you.
Yeah, John Daly back in the winner's circle with John Daly II. It just gives it so much more meaning. The 5 PGA Tour wins, 2 major championships, but I got a feeling this is way up there on the list, Jake.
Well, my thoughts right now, first of all, the stars of the show certainly were Charlie and John Daly Jr. We know these guys are great players, but to see these kids doing so well, I just loved it. I had a great week.
Gary, you've covered this PNC Championship through the years. This has to be probably the most memorable, where the Woods is making a run and the Dailies winning it down the stretch.
Yeah, it certainly was. And, you know, if there's one moment I'm going to take away, it's this tee shot right here. Charlie Woods on the 17th, pressure on. They knew they needed to keep the run going. 5-iron to the best shot all day long. Closest of any player in the field. And remember, everybody played from the same set of tees, even the pros. And to see Charlie hit that shot is something I will never forget.
Memorable week here in Orlando, no doubt about it. Coming up next from Salt Lake City, Utah, it's the U.S. Olympic Trials right here on NBC. What a week it's been for our entire NBC Sports crew. Dan Hicks saying so long from the PNC Championship. What a year in golf it has been. So many great stories. It was the year of the comeback, not only from Tiger, but by a number of players. Just all sorts of highlights to allude to. And what a year it's been for our NBC golf crew.